Yes.
Because, like, to me, it makes sense to go, okay, we have, like, here's all the stats for a human, here's all the stats for an elf. You're making it a half elf. For each column, pick one stat or the other. And then you can be like, yeah, my half elf had, like, a real fucking buff human head, so he's really strong.
Works.
But, like, I don't know, it just... Some of the shit they change is, like, absolutely not.
Delicious.
No, it's great.
I heard the oh fuck, this is delicious. Like, yeah.
Like,
Same.
yeah, like I said, like, you know, similar to pizza, even bad Alfredo is usually still pretty good, but this is especially good.
Yeah, it is. Muy delicioso.
I've fucked up an Alfredo pretty bad before because I dropped the entire container of cream and all of it went in.
Oh, so this is just butter and Parmesan. And some garlic and pepper for taste.
Well, you did great.
I can't fuck it up.
Yeah. That's what I was saying was like, I've accidentally dropped the whole thing. And it's like, well, it's just extra creamy now.
It's going to be very runny, I guess.
And even then, it was still pretty good.
Yeah. Alright. We ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, previously, you all managed to help stop an assassination attempt from the ice gesture on the newly crowned Queen Wendy of Freshtovia. You got to see some intercontinental bureaucratic drama as the Pontifex, Brassica, Elizabeth Brassica, and her entourage were basically told to get the fuck out of my kingdom by the Queen, as it was discovered that the Pontifex herself was casting, well, it was blessed, was casting a spell unbeknownst to the newly crowned Queen during her coronation, which was a very big no-no. You all managed to get information in regards to the stone that is located here on the elemental plane of flavor, or not the stone, the key known as the Soul's Food Stone. Currently was previously in possession by the Sour Patch Kids twins, one of the elemental beings of the realm, and was in transit to Mami U, where it was then captured by the ice jester in the deep freeze. You had a lovely evening information gathering with the Queen and her head admiral, Admiral Bartholomew, who is a large, exceptionally large meat man, almost Minotaur-like.
Big old hunk of meat.
The Admiral of Fort Baconator, the top of the top of the top, where it was revealed to him that he did not know that there was a break in the chain of communication, as was revealed to you by the mystery meat man before the coronation.
Yes.
You then spent a lovely evening dining with the newly crowned queen, and had a nice long rest in comfy beds as guests of the kingdom in the palace themselves.
Are they beds of lettuce?
I remember them
They
being
had
particularly
lettuce sheets.
marshmallowy.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
they were made of pure cotton candy.
Oh.
Cotton candy.
Wow.
How sticky.
The best of the best.
Don't sweat in the bed, it'll disappear.
That's how you make it for a bed.
Hope you don't drool in your sleep.
But you all awoke pre-dawn as you were leaving at dawn where Kadir, you decided to scry on Mommy Ooh. And you,
Oh yeah, I had to help you because you were rolling badly.
yes. You did get a lovely audience with your patron, and you were able to confirm that she was indeed okay, though something had happened previously that you had noticed with your physical connection to your powers, or with your powers. You also, the previous night, had tried to scry on the whereabouts. You tried to scry on the ice jester themselves, and failed. The spell did not go through, but you also tried to scry on the exact words were the current owner of the soul food stone. And that too also failed, but it wasn't. You're not quite sure why it failed. It could have been you tried to scry on the same person, or the person that you're scrying on wasn't on the same plane, or there is no current owner. It could be a number of things.
He would know if it was like, oh, the scry failed because they blocked it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You'd get the sense that either if the spell would go through but fail kind of like later down the line, instead of like password incorrect, it's you log in and then the system crashed.
Okay.
If you were unable to scry on a person that said no. But yes, you all are awake. It is early in the morning. The sun is just rising over the horizon. You are within the palace walls. As you awake and you get yourselves ready, you are some of the help staff come and get you and take you to the courtyard down on the ground floor, where you see a 6 large turnip horse-like mounts, and
I still have one horse guns I ride with me.
already mounted with a few soldiers around him is Admiral Bartholomew, who is, like I said, already mounted and appears to be waiting for you all to arrive.
Are we on the road, or are we score on the palace still?
Still in the palace.
I think you answered this before, maybe I just don't remember the answer. So I know that the other continent whose name is escaping me currently.
Syresia.
No, the continent.
Frontera. No.
Those are countries.
Those are countries. Hold on. I know it.
Commoda.
Comida.
Comida. Yes, Comida.
I know that they're
Calorum. No.
Calorum. Yeah, Comida's a city.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I know that Calorum is a religious oligarchy with the Pole. Do these guys have like a religion or any religions?
It was just the bulb, I think.
Well, the bulb is on the other one. They didn't seem too thrilled with the bulb as a presence.
So wait, I'm sorry. Repeat the question.
Okay, so I know that Calorum is a religious oligarchy. With
Yes.
the bulb. These guys, this continent.
Yes.
Do they have like they clearly don't have like a state religion, but is it just more of a like a we don't do that here kind of thing, or do they just have like a bunch of them, or?
So you got the impression from that that the Volbian Church is not necessarily outlawed, but not welcome here in Deepskeep, given the reach of the Volbian Church.
Okay.
But it is more of a melting pot, pardon the pun. There are several different religions here.
Okay.
So there doesn't appear to be like a set religion of Freshtovia, but you do know that out west in that in that area, that they have the great panda, one of the bear spirits. There you also have there are several different religions.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we didn't have to like worry about running afoul of like a specific god.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, you're
there should also be the Great Pyramid.
the Great Pyramid
is
is
Kalora.
Kalora.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the Great Food Pyramid is in Hamada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, the Bulbian Church, like I said, is not outlawed in.
It's like Scientology. It's just heavily frowned upon.
Yeah, but there are still there is active travel. There are people of the Bulbian Church. There are a few temples here and there. Like there are practitioners here, but it's not as radicalized as here, as in.
Okay.
For the bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe don't yell that one around.
Oh, right.
When I was making the Warlock of the Divine Flavor,
Also, like, isn't
I created
They probably
I created a couple of
I don't know if I
ones
think
such as the Marquis de Mont,
but also
the
like
Bitter King,
sounds like
the
that's
Colonel.
like the Voldemort.
Yeah.
You're like,
Like,
yeah,
like
yeah,
you've got-
he might be like,
You have the
wait.
wait a minute.
you have
They're wrong.
the spirits of the realm, which is like the Sugar Plum Fairy,
Maybe I'll take all his cleric powers back.
the Great Panda,
The Lord
Mahi,
Leeches and the Lord Yoinketh
the
away.
Sour Patch Kids. Like you have various spirits of the realm that people. They're not necessarily deities, but they are people, or they are beings and
They're like
entities that are worshipped.
kind of like folklore, like
Yeah.
Paul Bunyan and Bigfoot and Mothman. Nobody's worshiping Mothman, but everyone's like, oh my god, Mothman.
Yes, and then some. Like they are people. There are people actually worshiping.
Okay.
There are like the Sugar Plum Fairy and stuff, or the
I mean, I would consider worshiping Mont
the Sour Patch Twins.
It's pretty
Sour
cool.
Patch
That's my
Twins.
husband.
Like stuff like that. So there is a significant like more I would say devotion toward other spirits and other deities here than there are in Kalora.
Okay, so it's a oh god, what's the word for that? I can't think of it.
Religiously diagnosed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
Diaspora.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of diaspora here.
Very much so.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we didn't need to because we have a whole cleric of a different god here. Do we need to keep that under wraps?
Yeah.
It can get confusing.
Or can he just shout about Kalora all he wants?
So good.
Josine is deeply sad that we have to go to a cold place again that we just left.
I don't know yet, deep freeze.
Like we just left a cold place and now we have to go back. It's truly the worst. What have I done to deserve this? Laura preserve me.
There's your Admiral Bartholomew.
He's got Slim Jims for hair.
Slim Jims and bacon.
I like his Slim Jim dreadlocks. Those are cool.
But yeah,
This is the Admiral.
this is the Admiral. That is Admiral Bartholomew of Clan Baconator, Admiral of Fort Baconator.
Okay.
Start when we get out there. Is he shirtless outside too?
When you were dining with him, he radiates a little bit of heat. So he's constantly
Freshly grilled.
warm.
That was not my question. My question is if he's wearing a shirt.
No, he's not wearing a shirt.
Okay, because I'm gonna we see him go outside and just kind of nudge Gix a little bit, be like, I know you might got a thing with that steak guy, but this guy might be physically a little bit more compatible, and he is specifically bacon flavored. I'm sure of it.
You have a point. Is he wearing booty shorts? Because that's a sign.
It's more of
He's got breeches.
He's got trousers on. He's got two mat. He's got more barbarian style wear. He's got basically a harness, and he has two massive battle axes on his back.
Yeah, just he could throw you over his shoulder and carry you to safety if that were necessary.
Yeah, and this guy
and it would taste great the whole time.
he is a unit. This guy is 6'5", massive barbarian-esque hunk of meat.
And he's wearing bacon cologne.
Mm.
You've built Gix's perfect man.
Will he still be as tasty to me in the morning as the vendor?
I
That's
mean,
a real question.
He looks like he's probably bacon flavored all the time. Versus the other guy, if he falls over, he's gonna get dirty. This guy probably showers, so it's fresh bacon all the time.
Plus, this guy's a little bit more humanoid than the slab of meat.
Right.
Literal
Yeah,
slab
that
of
one was
meat.
just a straight up steak. This one is a little bit more person-y.
Okay. Yeah, with the other one, Gix hadn't yet decided where he was gonna fall in the moment between like hookup and bore. Maybe, probably a little both. Probably more the second one, but
Well,
as far as
interested, he's curious.
right, for all he knows, they get better here. Who knows?
yeah.
They probably have healing spells.
But yeah. Admiral Bartholomew motions you all to mount your large turnip beasts, and you eventually take off. And as you exit through like the palace gates, you do see like there is a whole ass battalion waiting. Like they, like
All for little knives?
like there was a massive entourage brought in for the kingdom.
I will name my turnip gratin.
Why are we
Go
naming?
ahead and give me a perception check, everyone.
Because he's got to have a name.
Don't they all already have names?
I brought Bone Horse friends with me, so I have naps.
Okay. So they just tie up yours and make it a pack animal.
Don't worry, I got you, bud.
Hold on, I'm
7.
looking
Team roll.
You perceive?
I rolled a 2.
Raptors?
31.
Oh.
Hey.
Yeah, he gets his perceptive.
You
No
see
one
me.
is surprised.
In real life.
you find out that
You
you're
look
in a
up
game.
and you're like,
I have
other people-
Deadpool powers. I'm like, what's behind this curtain?
Yeah.
Oh.
26.
26.
Not
Okay. The two of you, you two notice as you're kind of like walking through towards the front of this battle of this battalion, you recognize the mystery meat man within the company.
I specifically do not look at him. I look at Giggs.
And he is
And I just nod.
like he is actively like you see a couple of them turn and look at you as you all walk by or ride by, and he's like one of the few who are actively not looking at you.
I'll sort of like let my gaze pass over everybody.
Yeah.
That way it's not like conspicuous that we are ignoring someone.
Yeah, and as you walk, you see that there are.
What?
Remind me later.
I can't. I don't know what.
Okay.
Um,
It's a character I plan on making for the next game that we play. I literally just came up with an idea,
Okay,
and it's incredible.
That's enough information for me to ask you later.
Yes.
yeah, and as
Make
you
notes
walk,
so you don't forget it.
as you ride by, you see that while there are a lot of meat people walk by, you do see that there are there within the regiments. You see like vegetables, vegetable individuals, and various root-based individuals, like large, kind of rounded bodies, human bodies. You see, as you're passing by, you see a couple. Looks like some like small corn individuals, and looks like to be a couple noodle individuals, like they have. They look humanoid, but like they've got. You can kind of see out of their helmet and stuff like that, like spaghetti hair, fettuccine hair, or something. But they're all wearing polished, like kind of gunmetal looking armor, and all in formation, all wearing the crest of Queen Wendy. Let me pull that up for you because I finally got the Aristovia.
Okay.
Under Queen Wendy's rule and reign. But they across the board, you have battlements, banners, all swapped over to the Fort Baconator insignia. And as you all make your way to the front of the battalion, and overall, you can guess there's at least like 100 to 300 soldiers here. Like this is
so many people.
This is a massive company.
Are they all meaty?
No, you just told you it was like vegetable people and stuff.
Oh, you did. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
I thought that was outside the fort.
No, this is the entire company. This is you've got varying faces. Like I would say about 65% of them are meat based.
Okay.
And then the other 35% are vegetable and others.
As we pass through the gates, can I just like touch the brick, like does it feel meaty?
I thought you were gonna ask if you could touch him.
No.
As you pass through the castle bricks, no, they feel solid.
Okay. It's just like brick.
Mm-hmm. I mean, give me. Go ahead and give me.
Lick it.
I lick the brick.
Lick it.
On a mount, you try to as you
Yep.
walk past.
I'll make an acrobatics roll for that.
Go ahead and give me
But
acrobatics.
if you don't do it, I will.
Oh no.
Oh no, that's a what?
Does
Is
he
it
fall-
natural one?
That's a
You
what?
fall off.
So, as you're walking through the gates,
This guy's
of the
going
mountain,
away for tonight.
you
Roll a 1 and a 2. No,
No.
we're not putting up with
you
that.
lean over, and whoever
You have a dice prison.
I do not have any nice prisons right here. You can
You put him in here.
put them in the brown bag.
Prison.
Into the mushroom hole.
You lean over to try and taste the brick, and you kind of lose yourself, and your entire saddle, whoever it was, did not fasten it correctly, and so you slide off. I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Maybe they didn't tie the saddle wrong. Sometimes the horse understands what you're doing. They take a deep breath while you're fascinating the saddle, and then when you're done, they let it out. Or you usually get off after
You said
about.
dexterity save?
Yeah,
A gentleman's 20.
much better. You do not fall
He's
off
still in the
saddle.
saddle. He's just under the
Yeah,
horse.
you're just kind of you were like off to an odd end, like your head is practically touching the ground. Your turnip stallion begins to like go off away from everyone else.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
What are you doing back there?
The saddle just like
Ugh.
rotated.
Like you've never run before.
The admiral lifts up a finger and motions someone over to go help you and get you righted. You do not taste any of the bricks.
The only thing
Do you
I
touch
taste
it, or
is dirt.
are you also trying to taste it?
I want to touch it.
I got a 19 to lick it.
19 to lick it.
While he's doing his thing, so no one sees me.
What, did you roll acrobatics or athletics? Okay. What
Can
did
I
you-
roll athletics?
You can roll athletics or acrobatics.
Okay, do him first.
Just to touch it.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels hard. Like it feels like regular brick. It's got a nice, like, very like dark black coloration to it, though.
It's charred.
Potentially, it looks to be. Would you roll 30 something?
No, that was my perception.
Okay. To touch it.
That's just the dex.
Yeah.
Or,
Dex, right?
okay, so that's
I'll let you can have your athletics as well. You're trying to touch it.
There's not that
Or-
hard. Like reach out. and touch.
Actually, if you're trying to
Yeah,
get
no, I
close,
thought I did.
animal.
animal handling.
Yes, I want you also to roll animal handling too.
Like separately.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I
So-
can use my athletics. My athletics roll was a 25.
Okay.
Not that. My animal handling is 27.
Okay, good. Good.
She's pretty good at handling.
15 athletics
Is it druid?
and
What?
Yeah. Druids?
12 animal handling.
Okay, yeah, you're able to get
The
close.
horse I've been
You're-
riding for like a year now.
You
I made him myself with my own 2 hands.
you feel it, and you get the odd
Is it
sensation like
myself?
you felt this before. like you can't quite place it. Like it's between like a brick of tea or a chocolate bar.
Does it seem biteable? Like, do I think I'd break my teeth if I did it?
Yes.
Okay, I will not bite it. I will only lick it.
Only lick it. It has a very bitter, earthy taste to it. It is almost you get the sense that this is like almost 99.99% cacao dark chocolate with some sort of something else that is making it more earthy than it actually is.
Like dirt in the chocolate? If so, like this, you won't like it.
Almost as if they they put some sort of vegetation in there.
I love this visualization that like one of our party is upside down under his horse. Somebody's like sniffing the wall, someone's licking the wall, and then the other three are just over like, I promise we're professional again.
Yeah.
we are
you
professionals.
don't see like you're up there with the admiral and he's doing it and I'm like, this is great. I'm going out of the city.
I kind of assumed it was fruitcake actually.
Yeah.
Given the density, it's gotta be
Zeke and Matthews are just like, we're professionals, I promise. Like they are like this all the time. I'd love to say this is an outlier.
Yeah.
But we do get the job done.
Yeah.
This is very normal for them.
But yeah.
They got chocolate walls. This is the worst adventure we've ever been on. This game makes me so hungry. I want to eat the noodle man, not because like he's attractive or anything, but just because like.
So you are leaving here, and as you leave, you were told that it's depending on the distance. It probably is going to take about a day and a half to 2 days to get to Fort Baconator.
Wow.
It is a distance. This is not to scale.
Not to scale.
This is not to scale. It is. You are pinpricks on this.
Okay.
So I need someone to please roll me a d20.
No.
This is the new one.
It's untested.
This is the one that rolled me the 17.
Okay.
I got an 11.
Okay.
An 11. Okay.
Sorry, you got the next one.
All right. Go ahead, and I need you to please roll me a d6. Yes.
6.
Great. So you all travel, get on the road, and you, as soon as you kind of exit the outskirts of the city, the battle regiments, while still in throughout the city as you are leaving from the castle to the outer walls, it is a cacophonous noise as the soldiers are stepping in time throughout the entire city as you guys maneuver your way out to the outer walls. And as soon as you kind of get past the outskirts and outer walls, about a quarter to half a mile, you notice that the rhythmic stepping in time of the battalion behind you kind of fades a little bit, both due to the ground, but also it's kind of to the point okay, now we're just walking, now we're moving, we don't need to be. We're a big enough company that we can keep semi in time, but it's not as important as being in proper civilization. But yeah, you all begin to make your way. There appears to be far off in the distance on the horizon. It's kind of hard to see, but you do kind of see some dark clouds forming in the distance. And a slight breeze is coming in from the river. But you make it about 2/3 of the way before you have to bed down, and around dusk is when the admiral sends scouts ahead to try and find a clearing big enough to hold the company, so that you also can set up camp for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Which you do, and you find Um, you find a big enough clearing, like it's kind of tight, but everyone begins to set up camp. Tents go up. You see the admiral does have a little bit larger tent, but everyone is kind of they have like almost bungalow-sized tents. So like there's small, like there's from what it looks like, there's about 10 soldiers per tent.
We got 6 of us and a horse to
Yeah.
get a tent to ourselves.
They do provide you guys with a tent.
Nice.
Yeah, you all bed down for the evening. Are any of you wanting to stay up and keep watch?
Yeah, I'll keep an eye. I want to take Bone Horse Jones and go and introduce him to the turnip horses.
Okay.
And see if they're both made of food products. Bones are a food product.
Should be.
And
I don't think it's
maybe try and he can have some horse friends.
Okay. So you take him over to where the horses are tied up.
Because regular horses are usually scared of him.
And at first it's with.
It's also my way to sort of like snoop.
Yeah.
right.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. And an animal handling, please, as you bring Bone Horse Jones up to the other turnip stallions. Ooh!
Okay. Which one do you want first?
Animal handling.
Damn it. That's a 28, natural 28 on the animal handling.
Natural.
I wanted to use that 20 for the perception. I should have asked. Not quite as good on the perception. Only a 15.
Okay.
Thank God for that plus 8.
So you bring Bone Horse Jones to the ties, and they are significantly very different species. However, it's like introducing a cow to a horse. Like they're kind of standoffish to begin with, but eventually they kind of or like a dog to a cow. Like they kind of eventually they get used to each other and they kind of do their animal thing. And
You give him a little pat on the side and his
Yeah.
ribs rattle. I'm like, go on and make friends, buddy.
But he seems to fit right in with them. They don't see any different. They kind of do what the turnip horses do, and they just are grazing. They whinny at each other.
He can't actually make. He doesn't have any.
Bone Horse Jones just rattles.
Yeah, he just rattles his mouth.
Yeah.
But I got a 15 to be like.
Insert skeleton noise here, type of thing.
Yeah. The nice thing is when you make those, when you make the skeletons, they actually, it says in the book, they do like act as if they're alive.
Yeah.
So he tries to like graze and eat grass and stuff. He's just got very scary predator teeth and giant black gems shoved into his eyeballs to make him look friendlier.
And when he does graze,
That definitely makes him look friendlier.
It's better than the giant empty sockets, I think.
it's when he grazes, it's like a non-motorized.
Yeah, he's just mowing the lawn.
So he takes the clippings and they just fall immediately out. So,
Yeah. He's also not made of horse bones for the most part.
Yeah. He is bones.
He's a lot of bones in the shape of a horse.
He's bones TM.
Yeah.
Make him friendlier with googly eyes.
Those are very expensive gems that I got from some dungeon that we were in.
Yeah.
That I sacrificed so that my beautiful son could have beautiful eyes.
And you said you got a 15 on
A
perception?
15 on perception. To be stupid.
Yeah, you are looking around, seeing what's about. Looks like there's a lot of camaraderie around amongst people. Like they all have their own little, they all have their own regiments. So you see like they're kind of all together in their own little pods. You do see the mystery meat man. He's about probably 50 or 60 feet away from the tie downs of where the animals are. And he seems to be happy. He didn't notice you coming up. But he's chatting and having a good time with his fellow soldiers.
I'm gonna not quite let go of Bone Horse Jones yet. I'm gonna like go behind him and pull his foot up between my knees like you would do to pick the hoof out.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try and gesture to the meat man and be like, "Could you help me? I don't have a hoof pick and he's got a stone in his shoe."
Well, he's a considerable distance away.
Like far enough that I'd have to like scream.
Far enough that you'd have to do something a little extra to get his attention because he is currently not. It appears that he hasn't seen you, and he's not actively looking for you.
I see.
You'd have to do something to get his attention.
Let's see how smart this horse is. Can he take an instruction?
Hmm.
I want to talk to this man. Still needs. Why do I have so many pages? Holy shit. I just apparently don't have a page for him. Alright. He's in here somewhere. There he is. His intelligence is 2.
Intelligence up to.
So he's not as smart as your average horse.
It's gonna be hard.
What I wanted to do basically is like kind of is the guy wearing like a hat or anything?
No, they're all pretty much wearing the same thing, just regular.
Anything small and snatchable, a handkerchief in his pocket.
No, he has his armor on. So the
A knife
he
and a
doesn't
shield.
have anything on him, but he does have like he has like almost like a tea towel type of thing in his hand. Looks like whatever he's eating, it's like that's his napkin. But he does have something.
I want to try and
next
get
to him.
Bone Horse Jones to fetch.
Okay, give me.
Or would it be easier to get? Is Jimothy any smarter? I don't know who he is. Although we can talk, he and I. He has intelligence of 6.
Okay, I need you to roll. Give me a animal handling check, and that will set the DC for a persuasion check.
I see. Does it matter which one I send over?
Animal handling first.
Okay. So that is a 22, not nat.
Okay. Alright. You have a DC 12 persuasion check
Okay.
to convince. Are you doing Jimothy or Bone Horse Jones?
Which one gives me a lower DC? You know, DC 12 is fine. I'll send the horse.
Okay. Yeah.
Makes more sense for him to run over and be a pain in the ass.
Yeah. DC 12 persuasion check to convince Bone Horse Jones of the article item that you need to get.
Okay. Woohoo! 17.
17. Okay.
Thank God, I only have a +1 to persuasion.
So you kind of like take his head, and you kind of like look him in the eyes and like do the forehead kind of mind meld. What kind of mind meld like?
Like I know you literally don't have a brain.
I need you to find the brain cell. Find the brain cell.
It's in your bones. It's literally in your bones.
And you like kind of mind meld, and you turn his head to look at the handkerchief, look back, and you point. You're like, got it? And he kind of like chitters at you.
Same noise he always makes.
Yeah, and you're not quite sure whether he gets it or not. And as you release him to do his thing, he kind of moseys over and he begins to like veer off and like starts like going to another tent and like sniffing around.
Or it's gonna get me in actual trouble.
And then he like kind of gets back and he's almost zigzagging his way over there, and you see he kind of like slows down a little bit. He drops his head real low and begins to almost like a herding dog.
There's probably some dog bones in there.
Tries to how herding dogs like creep up.
Yeah.
He like gets his head real low. His shoulder blades are sticking way up high, and he just like
the least horse movement possible.
This is like not horse. He is not channeling horse right now.
I have the brief wonder of like, has Gix been giving him sneaking lessons when I've not been looking?
And And as it like creeps up, the other people around this like campfire see Bone Horse Jones. Mystery Meat Man doesn't. He's focused on his food at the moment, and they look on in horror as this fanged bone horse in an ungodly, unhorse-like position reaches out Squidward style and grabs with his teeth the thing and bolts away.
Is this like Squidward trying the Krabby Patty?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Just, and then he just runs away.
Okay. I'm hoping he brings it back to me. That was the goal.
You rolled really high on that, didn't you?
I did. I got a 24.
Yeah, he bolts in just off in the distance, and then a couple minutes later you kind of hear the clip clops of him coming back over, and you see him coming up behind you.
Sort of like grab him by the head and like take it.
Prancing, really proud of himself.
Yeah. Just
With the handkerchief and out of his mouth.
grab him by the head and be like, Bone Horse Jones, that is a terrible, bad job, bad horse.
And you see that as soon as Bone Horse Jones takes off, the Mystery Meat Man becomes alert. Hey! And starts chasing the horse, and eventually, that's what took him a while to come back to you, is because he was like a dog being chased down the road.
He's having a great
This
time.
is a game. Eventually, the Mystery Meat Man comes up to you, panting, and like, oh, you thirsted the horse. Why did you take my napkin?
I am so sorry. I don't know what got into him.
What are you doing? You're not supposed to be talking to me.
I'm not talking to you. I'm returning your lost item that he stole. I'm so sorry. Bone Horse Jones, how could you? And they like new information or like the guy in charge wants to like know who's telling you guys you can't tell people about stuff.
Wait, you're saying this alone? Are you sure?
Positive.
Are you sure he knows something?
I'm not. Either he's got a hell of a poker face or he doesn't know. I think we did his own. Did we? No, we didn't.
You did done on a
But,
truth,
like, you
but
know,
you rolled really high on it.
Yeah, like, listen, I know people are lying to me. Also, we have a rope. He knows when people are lying.
I mean, if you think you can trust him,
He seemed pretty upset to find out about it.
The lower generals were tell us to keep things on the down low.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to convey that information for, like, at least another day. I'm going to talk to probably, like, 6 other people, just so it's not, like, who do you get this information from? The one person you've spoken to? But yeah, I am... Go ahead.
The admiral doesn't know, though. It's very troublesome. Means that there is someone new about the assassination of him.
Yeah, and they didn't want to pass it on to the Admiral. Which means we know it's somewhere between you and the Admiral. And I don't really know what your position is, so I don't know how wide of a gap that is.
Oh, I'm just a foot soldier.
Pretty wide gap. Okay, so everybody but you and the Admiral.
I mean,
narrows it down.
The people in my regiment, we all knew about the attack. But we were told, we all went to our superior, our commanding officer. He told us not to.
So you don't know if it's all of the commanding officers. It could just be yours.
It could just be ours, but it also, the Admiral doesn't know that there is a break in the chain of command.
So, and we know at the very least the break could be starting with your commanding officer. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Yeah, so we're in that tent over there. If you've got any new stuff, find a way to slip us a fucking letter or something. So I don't have to have my horse steal your shit. I don't know if I can pull this trick.
Please don't.
He was supposed to
He
bring a trick.
so far away.
Listen, we're working on it. Fetch is not his greatest strength. He's mostly not horse, to be honest.
I know. I look up and my compatriots all look like they see ghosts, and just like I look over and all of a sudden bones.
Yeah, I've never seen. Listen, my plan was walk over there, steal your thing, come back. I didn't know he could do that. So we've all learned something today. I have a lot of questions about how he was even able to move in that shape. So that's something for me to figure out.
You don't have ligaments.
He You know, when you can just shift your bones around however you want. Yes. In the meantime, here's your napkin back. I'm so sorry about my unruly son. Bonehorse Jones, how could you? That's terrible behavior. Apologize to this man.
He kind of like clacks his teeth together.
He says he's very sorry.
Are you sure that's what they said?
Yeah, I'm sure. I speak with animals.
It sounded like you were going to do it again.
I don't think so.
Give me an insight on your.
She's fully saying I don't think so with absolutely no idea whether or not.
Because she can't actually talk to him, right?
No, I cannot.
Yeah. No.
He doesn't speak anything, so like speaking to animals does not work.
Right.
You said insight?
Yeah.
That is a dirty
He's
20.
not really an animal.
Because I was just saying it to say it, like, I don't actually care if he's doing all
Natural
this stuff.
2 on the horse. He is absolutely going to try to do it.
Just like, okay, so
If you don't tie him up, he is playing games.
I'm going to tell him not to do it again. To be honest, he doesn't speak. It's the whole lack of vocal cords thing. And it's just like, wrap myself. Very empty in here. No thoughts, head empty all the time. Not even elevator music. But yeah, he says he's sorry.
It's just the.
Occasionally, this is Halloween.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're so sorry, and he will never ever do it again. I'm gonna put him in timeout. Here's your napkin back. My deepest apologies.
I believe we still have another half day's journey. If I hear anything else, I'll let you know. I'll give you a message.
Sounds great. Yeah, let's go back to the turnip horses that you were getting along with. I don't know what's gotten into you. Awful, terrible, bad horse. And I will.
He trots away victoriously.
I'll go put him with the other horses, and then come back to these guys and be like, guys, I have spoken to the meat man.
Okay.
The mystery meat man. So the break of command is somewhere between the foot soldiers and the admiral.
Okay.
Okay. That's
We could kind of figure that from.
Yeah, we kind of figured that one out already. He said at the very least that his CO, like everybody in his group, I don't know what they're called. I don't do army stuff. Everybody in his group,
Regiment?
sure, which their commanding officer could be, and their commanding officer would like keep it on the DL. So whether he's in on it or he's got a higher up telling him to keep things on the DL, I don't know. But at the very least, they're like command from above came from like directly above them, as far as they know. And then if he finds out anything else, he's just gonna like tell us, like flip us it or something. So I won't have to have the horse like steal his stuff again.
Okay.
On the bright side, that is a tool we have now apparently, and
Sneak horse, huh?
yeah, sneak. You know, sneak's a word.
I don't know if I'd call that sneaky.
No, it was sneaky. It was full border collie.
Could we see what was going on from where we're at?
Give me a perception check.
A disconcerting amount of flexibility.
19.
You saw the whole thing. You saw Bonehorse Jones sneak, like you see kind of Josine like point and do the whole like head thing, and then you kind of see him like trot, like begin to wander off, and you didn't know.
You might want to keep Bonehorse Jones, keep a little leash on him.
He's with the other horses now.
Oh boy, you need to tie him up.
They're all tied up. They're all together in the pen.
Okay.
Like they're all tied onto like a stick or something. They're fine. He doesn't eat meat, so he does eat plants. It's probably fine.
I was gonna say, does he?
Technically, he doesn't eat.
I was gonna say, does he eat?
Just bones.
He chews.
You choose.
Yeah. Doesn't really do that whole digestion process. The chewing part.
It's probably fine. They'll kick him or something. I don't know. Horses regulate themselves.
Okay.
But yeah, so we've got like a little bit more information at least. And
That's
that
something
guy's
new.
gonna tell us more if he knows more.
Was I right here?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
If you want to, you can push those flaps up, and it'll redirect the airflow.
That is never a thing I have experienced in my life.
Is there any,
I didn't even see you wearing one.
if you want, Cole, you can just push those flaps up, and then it'll redirect the flow.
Okay. That way it's not gliding like straight up.
Yeah.
We're gonna say we're just switching to Michael. Michael would love that. Michael's never been cold a day in his life.
I have been cold before.
Yeah, he had to go to Iceland, and that's when he was cold. first time.
In Greenland.
No, we went to Iceland in like March.
Oh.
It is also cold in Iceland in March. There's snow and ice just perpetually.
Is there anything else? Any other you guys do anything?
How many people are in our camping group?
There were 10.
It's just 6 of you.
Like in the people marching toward the fort. Like.
There's at least easily.
It says like 300.
Yeah, there's like about 300 people.
Okay.
Like it's a pretty large clearing, so like you could, if you wanted, like you could get lost, but you also are kind of like they kind of set you up like towards the front of the road, or like closer towards the road, near the admiral's tent. Like not like directly next to it, but you're at least within 100 feet of the admiral's tent. So.
Okay.
Are we worried about the admiral at all?
I feel like he passed the vibe check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I want to bother trying to scry something again?
I mean, it's the end of the day. You'll get the spell back.
True.
Might as well.
Give me an Arcana check.
Ooh. Never gonna check. 25.
As you're settling down for the day, you you're kind of reviewing the events of the day, and specifically your scrying / meeting with and while you've never been particularly concerned with her affairs, and you've only really had just less than a handful of interactions. The interaction you had with her this morning with Scry seemed off.
Yeah.
Like either something wasn't quite right, or she was definitely hiding something, trying to make it look like everything was a-okay. But something about that interaction just didn't seem 100% right.
She is a former pit fiend, so like she can normally take care of herself.
Yeah.
Wait, who?
How you?
Is it former pit fiend?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I was like, did I totally miss when we started talking about a different person?
No.
Since when?
Since forever.
Okay.
Because she
news to
lives
me.
in the pit. The pit of the world. That's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was revealed when we very first encountered.
Yeah.
That was like 15 years ago.
Fair.
And
That was like 4 apartments ago.
she
Yeah.
has upgraded.
Yeah, like
Clearly.
She
obviously.
can no longer pit fiend. She's
Yeah.
more of a
Okay.
But
Yeah, no, news to I was just like, I swear I didn't check out. I thought. Like, was I gone for like a whole minute and we talked about a different bitch? Like,
yeah, but like, and she can normally handle herself.
yeah, and it like the encounter that you had, it almost as if she was just like she was putting on a facade to make
Yeah.
it look like she was okay, and because you asked her and she was really like, oh yeah, I mean, when you asked her like, is everything okay? She's like, oh yeah, I'm just fine, nothing I can't handle, but it's almost as if like Captain America
Yeah.
stopping something, or Superman holding on a thing, and he's putting on a smiley face for the people there, but really he's...
you're thinking, so this is Spider-Man doing anything.
Yeah. You know what I could do? I could try and scry on whoever most recently harmed or is harming Mamiyu.
Yeah?
There will be a significant penalty.
Sure, right, because I don't know.
I can give you the help action.
Yeah, that is something. you
I also know
Well-
how to scry.
So the thing is, it's they have to save.
So
It's,
it's-
I don't make the
Oh.
roll, they do.
yeah.
Because I gave some. Oh no, I think I gave you a coin last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gave him
Yeah, I used a coin to like help him.
And I will use one of my coins on this scry.
Okay.
Give him disadvantage.
That's to give them disadvantage. So it is. They are
Same thing I did last time. Set up
second hand, so they get a +5.
What are the 3 levels?
Second hand, first hand, or familiar.
Okay, that's same. So they get a +5.
And I have no connection, so I don't have any negatives that I can take away from it.
Other than giving him disadvantage with your coin.
Don't take disadvantage.
What's the save?
It is 21.
Holy shit!
That's my spell save DC.
Why is your spell save DC so high? Mine's like 16.
So it's because I have a +6 total from my charisma, and also my
Oh right, my wisdom's
my
my
wand
stat. That's,
gives me bonuses.
Okay.
Yeah,
I forgot.
yeah,
Christ.
I really gotta put my wisdom sometime.
yeah. No, my
21
I am quite good.
+5.
That's as a spell save? Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah, my spell save DC is 16.
It's because my stat my rod gives me a +2 bonus to it.
To your spell save?
So spell saves and spell attacks.
Jeez. That's fantastic.
I got that too. I still only have a 6.
So you roll 21?
No, 21 is just the
Oh,
spell
it-
save DC.
So you set up your scry. What does your scry ritual look
I've
like?
got my big like silver bowl that I fill with water. And I put some herbs and stuff in it, and I just look at it like a mirror.
Okay. And you begin to look into it, and you feel your consciousness sucked into this water
Mm-hmm.
as you are pulled through, and you are. Your mind is being pulled somewhere. You can't. It is like to the almost to the extent of like, oh shit, what did I do? Type of thing. And it's just going.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, your mind's eye kind of comes to a stop, and you see a massive cavern with a huge, ornate box. Box is at least like you are not scrying on a person.
Mm-hmm.
You're scrying on a location.
Okay.
You don't know where this is. This is somewhere either very deep. It's a large cavern. You can't quite tell.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like a 200-foot diameter cavern in the center. Or not quite center, but like off center of it is this massive cube that is radiating divine, celestial, primordial, and planar magics.
Mm-hmm.
And you see several pedestals on the front of it, as well as large pillars that go up into the up in above you. You kind of have like you're kind of getting like a top-down view of this chamber,
Okay.
and you see. Give me a perception check with advantage.
Well, that was advantage. Still not great. 9.
You see.
Actually. Alright.
Go ahead.
Still
Can
9.
I just give you this? Can I just give you this? Give me that.
Still 9.
Still
Would
9.
you like to spend another coin?
Yes.
We get them back at the end of the day, right?
In this session.
Or the session.
Yeah, they replenish every session.
Can.
You know what? It's
That's what it is.
Can she describe the scene to me, and then I can roll perception?
Unfortunately, you are not the one scrying. You see a
Make sure you give me that back.
group of individuals. You can't quite make them out, but they don't look like the Marauders, the Crimson Scales that you encountered previously. These look. They aren't hooded. They don't have any ornate robes on. They're just kind of like wearing looks like just wrap clothing as they are kind of just mingling about. And you see.
So this cube seems to be headquarters of some kind.
Potentially, like this
Is
is
it like
this
a
is.
building?
It's not quite a building. Like the cube itself is like 60 feet high by 60. Like it's.
But it is an edifice of some kind.
Yes.
Okay.
You know what? Give me and it is radiating magic.
Okay.
Like I said, divine, celestial, primordial, and planar magics.
Mm-hmm. Give you
You rolled a 10 on perception.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't quite make out the details on the cube itself. It's but after a while, you can't quite hear anything either. It's silent whispers, but they're not loud enough to be able to be picked up by your scrying spell.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, as you feel the spell, the ticking of the spell come to an end, the very last thing that you see is three individuals in ornate clothing. You see one individual wearing a ornate female, humanoid female, wearing an ornate headdress and ornate robes. You recognize this as the one who got away from the cabin where Velios was tortured.
That bitch.
Oh.
This isn't the same cavern, but it's the same
yeah.
individual.
I'm gonna drag her ass this time.
And you feel, and that is the last thing you see as you feel your mind's eye get sucked away back into your body.
You must have seen something.
Yes. So the woman who escaped when we were trying to save Avelius.
When was that?
That was when we were in
That
the
was
city.
back in Samagal.
When we had to go through the underground.
Back in under the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I did the wall of thorns because somebody wouldn't let me
Yeah.
be a dragon.
Oh, it was that lady. The.
Yeah.
And then I was like, fine, no line of sight for you.
The one who went through the portal. That was
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
And then I stole her ball.
Yeah. She's still around.
I was scrying on
Yeah, she got away.
who was responsible for harming Mami Oo. Took me and I saw her in a cavern with this huge cube edifice of some
Interesting.
kind.
Is she on plane?
I mean, she has to be because otherwise the spell
Give
wouldn't
me an
work.
Arcana check.
Um, 15.
Go ahead and re-roll that.
Reverse.
Yes.
Okay, we'll take this. You get the sense that the reason why it took you so long
Mm-hmm.
was because they weren't actually on plane. But I would say with a 15 Arcana check, you make the connections that there are 5 keys.
Mm-hmm.
There is the soul food stone,
Mm-hmm.
which is connected to the cage the mother is located in.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of can deduce that the connection of
Is that the cage?
it. You get the sense that
How many pedestals were there around it?
there were 5.
So all we have to do is just not go there in reality, because they need the key that we have, even if they have all 4 of the other ones.
Well, that's the thing, is we have to figure, if the other keys are there, we have to return them.
Well, I mean, like,
Were there any?
if they only have 80% of the keys, they
It
can't
looked
open the
fairly
door.
empty. It looked like
It looked
it was fairly empty.
So I don't think he's there.
It doesn't
yet.
look like there were.
But if that lady's still doing stuff, then she might be the one behind the.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like there were. You didn't see very. Like you just saw maybe at most a handful of individuals,
Mm-hmm.
not including her and the 2.
But you didn't see where it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that level of detail.
I can always do a divination roll if we think that would be helpful.
Mm.
Because I can do it as a ritual.
Yeah, it couldn't hurt.
What does divination do?
Means I can ask a god a question and they have to give me the answer.
You certainly can try.
Specifically,
You can do it as a ritual.
Yeah.
Does it say ritual?
it does.
Well, there you go.
That is what the little arm means. That's why I'd like to believe.
It needs rest.
Yeah, so I just go to sleep. Your magic and an offering put you in contact with a god or a god's servant who asks a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. The GM offers a truthful reply. The reply might be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen. It does not take into account any possible circumstances that might change the outcome, such as the casting of additional spells or the loss of or gain of a companion. In which case, let's have a little peer review. What question do I ask? Because I was gonna say,
You
like,
just get one.
so I can do it multiple times, but every time after the first that I ask, there is a chance to fail, and it's a higher chance every time.
Mm-hmm.
But because I was gonna say I could just ask, like, where is this lady? But we kind of know that.
Mm-hmm.
What do we want to do? Maybe why? So is she trying to hurt Mommy Ooh, or just to get the other key? Is that what we're assuming?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my best guess.
Either because she thinks Mommy Who has a key, or because she knows that you're her
Yeah.
warlock and you'll go help her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either way, it's just a way to attract her attention.
Right.
So we kind of like either way, the answer doesn't really matter why she's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
We already know that she is doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we get the key and then we go to get her and she's we brought the key, right?
Probably, yeah. Like they're probably gonna be keeping a pretty close watch on her to see if we show up.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to stay away from her.
And I don't think, like,
I would
clearly
say
they're capable of hurting Mommy Ooh. I doubt they're gonna be able to truly, like, kill her.
what you rolled a 15 on your Arcana.
Yeah.
You get the sense that while that Mommy Ooh is of the elemental plane of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
You are on the elemental plane of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
They were not. So
Yeah.
whatever they may or may not be doing, they either have agents
Mm-hmm.
or they have somehow managed to
Cross-planar magic,
yes
Yeah.
which
cross
is really hard.
into a plane that they are not supposed to know.
Yeah.
Which is it's already hard enough as it is. It is near impossible.
Yeah, it's hard enough to just get.
So they know. So somebody's here, which means they must know about it if they have an agent here, because they would have had to know about this place to be able to send an agent here.
Yeah.
So they know the plane exists. We process of elimination. We know that to be true.
Yeah.
So then, more likely they have agents on this side,
Mm-hmm.
rather than just having done god tier level magic that is even harder for gods.
Mm-hmm.
Do cross planar magic.
Right.
So what is it you are asking?
That is what we are doing. We are crowdsourcing and peer reviewing the question.
Peer review.
I'll let you
Um.
debate amongst yourselves.
Sorry, I can only fit myself today. I didn't take my Adderall this morning.
What?
Alright, so I guess what would be the most useful piece of information to have an answer to right now?
About her specifically?
About anything. Because I can do this every day. It's a ritual.
Find the key. Isn't that what our number one thing?
Well, we know where the key is. It's
I
with
mean-
her.
That kind of got stolen.
No, because he got
With Jester.
yeah.
So the lady who
He got
ran off doesn't have it.
It has been
No.
lost in transit somewhere.
Okay.
She's
But
got.
we also know the key is in the cold place
Yes.
Yeah, the Jester.
with the jester. But we don't know where he is.
Yeah.
So we're trying to find that.
Okay. Is there a chance, maybe this is just me being paranoid, that they do know where that key is?
Mhm.
But they know that we're looking for the key. And so they are waiting for us to go to get it, and then they can get it and ours at the same time. It is sort of like a rat trap kind of situation.
Maybe.
I kind of wonder if the jester is her
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, they know where that last key is.
Yeah.
They just haven't gone and got it because they know that we're going to go try and get it. And so if they just, the key is bait. So then when we go swoop in to get it, they just grab our key and that key at the same time. Because, like, I think we could take those guys that we met up in the Donut Giant City, not without some pretty heavy damage and potential losses. Like,
If we were well
we
prepared,
have, if we're well prepared, we have pretty equal numbers, but, like, they're nothing to sniff at.
Right.
It would hurt, probably at least a couple of us would go down and maybe need to be revivified. All spells, I do have a wish spell.
So
I'd love to not have to use that to be like, hey, could you bring all my friends back to life?
Yeah.
maybe whether or not this is a trap, perhaps the best question would be, where is this box? Because presumably the other keys are inside of it.
Well, there seem to be like pedestals.
There's places for the keys
Or
to
the
be, but they don't have
Although
them there yet.
yeah. Now, it would be useful to know where it is, if nothing else, just because that way we know like where they're sending people from, whether it be on a different plane, its own special sort of sub-demi plane, something like that. That way we at least have like an area of knowledge.
Everyone give me an intelligence check, please.
13.
Just regular flat intelligence. Am I smart today, I hope?
18.
Straight up smarts.
Pick a number! No, it's not good.
Can't roll for shit no matter what they
It was almost a 20. It was on the line between 20 and 2.
Above a 17, anyone?
I got an 18.
18.
Hey, where's our other smart friends?
They're napping.
Wake up, like, fucking go over to Keiko in the wrist. Wake up! We're doing magic!
That's Zaphiel. So Gix and Zaphiel.
Woo! The smart kids.
Okay, my had been eventually like, I took it off. I was getting ready for bed.
Side note. Cookies and fish snacks if we had one.
Oh, nice.
If I get fruit snacks and there are grape ones, will somebody eat the grape ones? Because grape is the worst flavor of fruit snacks.
I don't like gummy snacks. Sorry.
I'll
Yeah,
never
feeling
like
one.
Okay.
I
I'll
got-
fully eat them whole.
I got a box of Scooby snacks, Scooby gummy snacks, and I don't need that because I will.
That's why I don't buy snacks. Because if I buy snacks, I'll eat them.
will eat them all. So I had to put them away so that I could out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Snacks are good. What are you talking
It's like
about?
I always feel a little bad like when you guys go over for D&D because like you always have like soda and snacks and cookies and stuff. I'm like, but if I buy that and they don't eat it all in one evening, I will eat the rest of
in
it.
the same evening.
Yeah, it will all be gone because I'm gonna eat the fucking rest of it.
Yes.
why when I brought those cookies over, I brought you every cookie.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't, I would eat them.
Which I gave him to my boyfriend. He loved that.
Good. I'm glad you liked them.
We'll wait for Taco to get back. But,
I think we also need cold.
no,
Well, no, because he
We rolled a 5.
didn't know anything. Yeah, I only did slightly better than him with my fucking 6. Good news, at least 2 people passed, so I don't need to spend it once.
So, Zathiel, we, the keepers of knowledge for our lovely troop,
indeed.
I'm gonna spill
The
soup.
both of you are kind of chatting, and you both come to the not quite epiphany, but realization that what Kadir is describing to you all, and what he saw in his scry, this might be the cage.
Like they're in it?
That the mother was locked away in a magic siphon cage,
uh-huh,
I'll eat this one too.
crafted by
Thank you.
Mechanus, documented by Ayun, and
I thought that cake was at, like, Fairy Place.
Maybe I should
that
start-
was inside. That was
Oh.
that's where the mother is. You may have found
The door.
the door.
Oh.
I think that gets unlocked.
Yes.
Okay, so we do need to know the location of that.
we do.
We will probably need to go there.
Here's the problem. That's a useless question to ask. Because we already know the gods don't know the answer to that question. Because Ayun told us.
Yeah.
And she knows that unless she's fucking lying to us.
She won't. Well, she won't tell you now.
Well, are you asking a god or are you asking the universe?
I am asking a deity or the servant of one. Basically, whoever wants to pop up and answer my question. I am not directing at anybody specific. Actually, well, hold on. Because it did say I have to include, and one of the ingredients is something like important to my religion.
You can ask Laura.
The question is, does
Wouldn't-
Laura know?
Mechanus know where it is since he built it?
Well,
Well,
the
you got
problem
my-
was that all the information was wiped away.
Yeah, I got my knives.
Yeah, it includes a sacrificial offering appropriate to my religion and some incense. I have incense. What's a sacrificial offering appropriate? I think just like plants. Well, Laura likes plants. She figured it out.
Perhaps the stick and feather combo?
Both of those are natural.
Do you have any of your?
Would you value it at approximately 25 gold?
I would say. Do you have any of your
I
special
would.
mushrooms?
Priceless, really. You
Yeah.
can't-
My what?
You can't buy this
Special
anywhere.
mushrooms.
Yeah.
I have multiple kinds of special mushroom actually. I have really good. I have ones from the Good Vibes Tavern, the Bad Vibes Tavern, and the ones I bought off that giant lady who was like, "Don't
I
tell the
would
cops."
say, I would say a good offering is 1 or 2 uses of your good vibe mushrooms.
I will put some of the good. I will take your stick and feather.
Mm.
I will add them to the bowl. He values his stick and feather at approximately 25 gold. Oddly enough.
That's a racket.
These are artisanal.
I'm a
feather
rogue.
sticks.
Yeah, no.
These are artisanal handmade
Talk-
feather sticks.
Talk about upcharge. God damn.
Artisanal, right?
25 cents to make, 25 gold to
That's
buy.
capitalism, baby.
4 easy installments of 19 silver.
Okay,
Michael
so
doesn't have artisanal bike marks.
what is your question and what is your offering?
So the offer.
Actually, give me your offering first.
I'm gonna borrow his bowl.
Okay.
His very fancy silver bowl. It's
It's like
also
a big wok.
yeah. It's a nice bowl. I've used it before for scrying. I am gonna put in 2 uses of my good vibe mushrooms, the glowy, not the pink ones. That's the bad vibe ones.
Yes, blue ones are
The blue ones. I'm gonna put in his very nice, whatever his nicest feather stick is. Please give me your nicest feather stick. It's for a deity. We are asking a
Roll
favor.
me just a straight d20.
Like Melora appreciates all of nature's gifts, but
Actually, you know what? No. True
Oh,
stick
sure,
and
sure.
feather. Okay.
I don't know what that means.
It's about medium.
Okay.
Actually, go ahead and roll that blank one real quick. Okay. It is a good. It's one of your better sticks.
Ooh.
It's got the nice twine on
I pull it out of my bag and I'm like, my 17th cousin died making this, so it better be worth it.
I hope so. She's a big fan of like the circle of life and death. That's probably really good. Put that in the bowl. Actually, I'm gonna use the feather stick to like stir the bowl. I'm also gonna put in. I have some stem dust from the frozen flower in the giant city.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna put in some of that. The
No,
little.
you can't give her just stems.
Melora appreciates all of nature's gifts.
She's not Morticia.
I doubt that. I doubt that she'd be happy if you just gave her a bunch of cow pies.
I don't know. A little sprinkle of some gunpowder just to make it spicy.
Sure.
Fire is part of nature.
All the
Yeah,
trinkets.
I'm trying to hit all of
Ever-cleansing
the.
fire.
I'm trying to hit all of the points.
Okay,
You know.
okay.
I've probably got some animal fur or something in my
Yeah.
component bag, so trying to hit all of the nature spots. And I'll take the stick. I'll pour some good wine in it. You know, bitch likes to drink probably. Use the stick to give it a stir. Get undressed and then light some incense and candles and say the incantations.
Okay.
What are the incantations?
I don't fucking know. It doesn't say.
Are they just the incantations?
Just get like a big thing. I got my big antler hat on and everything. There's nothing but the big antler hat on. Then make a big show and just be like the incantations.
Incantation.
That echoey magic voice.
What is your question?
I would like to know the location of the gate that he saw in his shrine. The specific gate with the 5 pedestals with the lady standing in front of it.
Okay.
It does not say there's a roll.
I know.
That's so many. I don't like when he rolls me to the happy.
The dice were very interesting. Okay, so
Interesting.
you see as you kind of make this cocktail of bits and pieces of very
There's some crystals.
crystals. You see that it begins to glow. The good vibe mushrooms specifically begin to glow bright blue and almost envelops. It does envelop the bowl and its contents in a bright blue light as it begins to foam and bubble, and eventually it overflows with this bioluminescent blue mold.
Neat.
As it flows over and onto the ground, over the lip of the bowl and onto the ground, and it starts moving around and in your direction.
I was gonna hang out. It's mold. It's probably fine. Mold is very natural.
And
This mold can't hurt me. It's probably penicillin.
and it is only it kind of it's spilling out around the sides, and it is actively going towards Joseph.
I'm
Do
the
you
mold
let
queen.
do you let it touch you?
Can I vibe check the mold real quick?
This is why you're
Well, this
incanting?
is while you're saying incantation.
Sure.
Yeah, this is
I
part of
just-
stuff.
I just want to vibe check the mold and make sure this is going. So she's never performed this spell before. She does not know what to expect.
I will say
The mold is unexpected, but possibly not unwelcome.
give me an insight, I guess, on the true nature of mold.
It's molding.
Well,
On
specifically
magic mold.
this mold. Is this good deity mold, or is this like the kind of mold that like I have all those ingredients, and then you open your ingredients and it's full of mold, and you don't have time to go to the store.
I mean, it's very
17.
fuzzy. It doesn't appear to be malicious. Like, you get the sense that this is part of the actions.
Okay, yeah, but I'll hang and the mold can come and show up, and I'll become the mold queen. Yeah.
As soon as it makes contact with your body, probably your foot, it encompasses your entire foot, and you see Justine,
It tickles.
you all see this happening, and as soon as it makes contact, it envelops your foot. Blue, her leg becomes full of blue veins as, it this blue color races up her body. And you see it like quickly, and it like reaches up into her neck and covers her face in like these blue veins as she is reciting the incantation.
Okay.
And Josine.
I'm specifically saying the incantation in
Yes.
Druidic.
Yeah.
So it sounds like magic words.
Yes.
She's never done anything like this, right?
No, I've never performed this spell. This is also a first for me.
I back away with my cape over my mouth.
Josine.
She's about to turn into one of those cordyceps things.
You feel as soon as I make contact with your skin, you immediately feel like the warmth and slight breeze of being back in the creek.
Finally, I can breathe.
And like your eyes are open, but you're like you don't see your companions. You don't see anyone else. You see the creek in front of you, and you see the big tree in the center of your village, and you see a lovely red-headed, curly-haired woman, pale skin, wearing looks to be like a vine dress, as she almost floats down from the tree, and she comes to you and gives you the warmest smile you've ever felt. You feel your body just waves of warmth and happiness as this woman looks upon you. Child, information you see lost.
Yeah, I thought as much. Do I get another go or?
But you can't.
Oh, great, cool. How?
She just smiles at you.
I don't have any pockets. Look, I would put more mushrooms in the bowl. I don't have them. I have nothing on me. You got your mold all over my feet. Come on, you gotta help me out.
Roll your Arcana check.
Not my best stats. Oh, it is today, 23. Not net.
Well, you did originally ask your question. She is allowing a second question to be asked, which is how?
How do I find the information to be able to find the location?
See out. Geodesic Concord.
Geodesic Concord? What does that mean?
They guide you.
What does geodesic mean? No! Define that word!
She begins to float away.
I'm pretty sure this world has a dictionary.
Back into the.
Lord, come back. I just come to two yelling, son of a bitch, define that word!
And
I also in
The
real life
mold-
don't know what that word means.
you see as Justine is shouting out of her spell, it goes from incantation, the incantation. You tell me what that word means. As the
Pointing at
blue
the
color
sky.
fades from her body and the mold that is touching her begins to fade to black and evaporate. And the contents of the bowl are gone, and your bowl is back to being a bowl.
I immediately pointed at Zapio. You read books!
Yes, I do.
What does geodesic mean?
Geodesic.
Sure.
Oh,
She didn't spell it.
wait.
And why is it in a Concord? Does it have anything to do with grapes?
No, the geodesic concord of Ruined Body.
Of who? Where? Why?
It is one of the factions on the. Are you sure you've heard that?
Yeah, it's a real fucking. It's been 2 seconds, man.
Geodesic Concord hasn't been created in millennia.
So they're gone?
Not necessarily, but oh
Not
dear.
currently present.
Are we
What
gonna
does that mean?
There is. Well, you all are interplane travelers now.
We've been traveling interplanarly longer than you have, sir.
How?
Or at least like half of us have.
How familiar are you all with the elemental planes?
I am aware of their existence.
I used to be more before I changed myself with that wish.
There is amongst the elemental plane there is a steady plane.
Like elemental as in like earth, the
The
ground.
earth, as in yes, the ground.
Not
elemental
the place
plane
for
of dirt, earth, crystals, whatever.
Gotcha. Cool. Rocks.
There is a smaller in between, much like the flavor, which is a subplane, so to speak, of the Feywild. The flavor is sandwiched between the Feywild and the Celestial Gates, whereas the elemental plane
All the planes are just lasagna.
of minerals
Later
is
lasagna.
They're delicious.
sandwiched between the Feywild and the elemental plane of Earth.
Okay.
It's where the crystalline creatures usually live. There is
And that's the geodesic.
the geodesic Concord used to be the ruling class
Of the crystal plane?
of the crystal plane. There used to be 3 entities who they have since been dissolved.
Like,
I don't
like
know
literally?
quite literally or figuratively, but the geodesic Concord hasn't been created in several millennia.
Okay,
And in
well,
fact,
they have the
most
answer.
plane of travel to this plane has ceased to exist, quite frankly. Are you sure that's what you heard?
She said, so the question that I asked her was, where is the place that he saw? And she said that information had been lost to time. And I said, well, yeah, I know that, but come on, I gave you really good mushrooms, you gotta help me out. She's like, sure. And so she let me ask how to find that information. And I said, how do you find the information to find the place? And she said, seek the geodesic Concord, and they would know. And I said, what does that mean? And then she fucked off.
Gods of something.
Yes! Those are really good mushrooms. And a pretty quality feather stick.
Well,
And half decent wine.
if my memory serves me correct, the geodesic Concord has been dissolved for millennia.
In acid, probably.
Potentially. I mean, they're made of rock, so
That's how I would do over rock. Hydrochloric acid.
there are rumors that they expanded to the astral realm
The
and have
rocks?
been residing there, given their crystalline nature. It's easier to. For some reason, they are able to survive better in the astral realm as opposed to home.
So is the Concord, is it a group of people?
It is a group of people, it's 3 individuals that ruled over the entire place.
So,
So when you say they haven't been constructed in a long time,
Created.
Created, what does that mean?
like, do we have to go form rock people?
I don't think so.
Like,
Because these rock
find
people-
them and bring them together.
Because these
Like
rock
that's-
people also might have been literally dissolved.
because that's a very specific and strange way of wording that specific statement.
From my understanding, and very little is known about the geodesic Concord. Most of it is in hearsay, word of mouth, and destroyed scrolls that managed to piece together from the elemental plane of Earth.
Okay.
You know a question we're not asking and we should? Why do these rock people know this information?
Maybe they don't.
It is a good question.
No, they do. Melora said they do.
You said that she said to seek them out.
And that's how we would get the information. Which
Maybe
means if they don't know, then they know how to know.
Maybe.
So why do they have that information?
Maybe somehow
That
looking.
is a good question.
Maybe looking for them will lead us to where we need to be.
Could be why. I mean, it is.
The real answer wasn't what the rock people gave us. It was the answers we found along the way.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make.
Fuck that answer.
That's a stupid. It's a kind of answer God would give us.
I don't quite know, but if it has something to do with the cage, I mean, we don't know. We do understand that it was created by mechanics,
Right. And Primus helped.
Well, Primus created it. It was created on Mechanus. Primus, the creator, the designer, but that doesn't mean he built it.
He could just be the architect.
He could have just
Yeah.
been the architect.
Oh, and then you know who's good at building shit? People made out of rocks.
Indeed.
The dwarves of the mineral world.
That makes sense.
And if the Concord were around when the cage was built,
Maybe that's why they got dissolved.
Mm,
that
Yeah.
could be.
Because you
Yeah.
can't get a secret from a rock person who has been dropped in acid.
yeah.
But they've got.
I don't think they were dissolved literally. I think they were
That's what
just.
I would do.
I think the Concord itself, the physical concordance, was dissolved. Metaphorically.
Disillusion.
Disillusioned, yes.
That's not the word.
Dissolved, but not
Yeah.
dissolved.
There's another
In
word. It's not
constant-
dissolution.
Disbanded.
That's a good word too. It's not the word I'm thinking of. I think it sounds like disillusion.
The band broke up. I think that's what happened.
Yes.
Man, bro.
Okay, so these rock people do exist somewhere in some way, possibly on the astral.
Oh, they're a rock band.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
And they're really old. That's classic rock.
Yes. You're getting it. Oh.
how did we go from
Yeah.
puns to rock puns?
Dads are real
We're
big
going,
fans of them.
we're going underground. This is going to be.
Practical prehistoric.
I mean, that's going underground is the best way to get to classic rock.
So the band your uncle never shuts up about.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, and I mean, we're drawing a lot of assumptions and conclusions, but
Possibly inclusions?
potentially. I mean, we're not
Conclusions?
including anything. But if my hypothesis is correct, then we might be able to. We may have found the actual builders of the cage. They built it. They know where it might be.
Well, it makes sense. If they're in the Astrodome, that would make sense for them to go there. It's really hard to find anybody in the Astrodome. It's a timeless dimension.
Mm-hmm.
Like, anybody can go to the Astrodome and then you just live forever as long as no one stabs you.
I mean,
Oh, like,
you-
what's the lifespan of a rock person, though?
I imagine all the
I
time.
would say.
I feel like forever. Like, it's not like
um,
rocks.
I mean, much like the elves, unless you're killed, I think it's probably a very, very long time.
I mean, if you're made out of rocks, I think you live forever, probably.
Gix, you're familiar with the astral realm, right? With your cape?
A fair amount, I'd say.
What's it like? I've never had the opportunity to go myself, but
It's simultaneously very peaceful and disturbing. So it's just a uniform environment that is more just sensation than structure.
Okay.
It's just a big
Spacey?
expanse of thought. And
Are you sure that you're going to the astral realm?
I mean, it is eight stars. Takes
yeah,
Okay. It
um,
just sounds cooler than it is, I think.
Yes,
It's like astral realm makes me think like
I'm pretty sure.
very
I mean,
different than just like blank span of thought.
there are actual living inhabitants of the astral.
Yeah.
You have the Githyanki who are there, and the Githzerai who live there are permanent residents of the astral realm.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if need be, we can always seek either of those factions out. Though they are at war, so we might
Well, like with each other,
pick
though.
one or the other. We can't.
My bet's on the Gipserai.
I mean,
I feel like they're slightly less volatile.
potentially.
I mean, they're pretty ordered.
Yeah, the Gipserai,
They're
they do.
definitely not volatile.
I mean, they definitely keep the self-defense, is what I've heard. They're not the fighting type, but they will defend themselves. Whereas the Give Yankee are the fighters.
Mhm.
Less scholarly, more brute force, take what they do.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just like pull a fucking like over my bag, pull out a really long piece of paper. Locate rock band on the astral realm. There's like 30 other things on the list. Like I don't
items on the
know
list.
I don't know where in order of importance this is, so I'm just putting it on here.
It's probably after the key. That'd be my guess.
Oh, right, find other key.
We should. Well, I suppose I should resolve the voice that's waiting for me there before we travel there.
I'm sorry, what?
You have a voice in the astral realm. Is
Something.
malicious?
Well, I don't know if it wants to. It's very angry, at least.
Okay.
I don't know if it wants to hurt me, but it looks for me every time I'm there.
So like obsessed crazy stalker.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like that sounds malicious.
That does not sound ideal.
It feels bad.
Well, I have been avoiding traveling there for long periods until I figure out how to handle it, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess I have to go there first to figure out what it is so that I know how to handle it.
Okay, so I mean like we already know what lives in the astral realm. Give Sarai, give Yankee, rock people apparently sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal.
Crystal rock, classic rock.
Technically, would it be considered hard rock?
Yes.
What-
Depends where they fall on the most scale. Could be soft rock.
Right.
To get Yankee, have dragons, so dragons, and also probably mind flayers.
Mm-hmm.
Well-
They're in like a perpetual war or something.
If this
Forever.
bodiless voice lives there,
It may not be bodiless if you go there.
it may not be bodiless, so I go there.
Did it come with your cloak? Was it always there?
Or is it from the haunted sword you had that we made you get rid
Oh
of?
no, it's the sword.
I mean, it could be this one.
I hope it's not the sword.
What did you take off?
Give me a persuasion check. Everyone else, give me an insight.
Oh, you guys rolled it for
Because
you.
you said it's not the sword.
Ooh, I got a nat 20.
Hell yeah!
So that
I got a dirty 22.
13.
So that is a total of 23, but it's a nat 20.
I did not get a nat 20, but my total is 24.
Uh-oh.
Kadir.
Hold on. Disadvantage. Roll again.
Go ahead, roll again. please.
It doesn't matter.
Why?
I
I just
can't
want your
roll lower
reliable
than
talent.
10.
Oh, what's your plus?
I just nat 20.
Okay, well, it's still disadvantage. You have to take a lower result.
So 24.
24.
Kadir, I will honor the nat 20. Gix is the rest of you. Like, oh no, that's not.
I'm
the
suspicious.
Sword. It was just you cured him of a cursed sword. It's not related. Whatever is seeking him out has their own thing. You know it's the sword.
Why are you so hesitant to give up the sword? Like, everything we've encountered tells us it's a bad thing.
Yeah, like also it sticks your hand to it. If you're a rogue, you should want freedom of your two hands.
How many battles have we won because of this sword? I would have died before I met you all.
I'm pretty sure that sword has never been clutched one time.
I
Like,
regularly take out enemies by myself.
Like, I'm sure
Yeah,
it's a
so
good sword.
I took out
But,
3
like,
boats by myself, and
You're the most important part of this.
yeah, I gave you a better sword.
It is
You
not
are-
as good as this.
As we all say, you are the friend who made long.
Yeah, I don't know your fucking sword goes.
I know, but you consistently perform really well. You are a good swordsman.
Yeah, Gix, we have like $1 billion gold. We can just buy you a better sword that isn't haunted and doesn't want to like eat your soul or something.
Who knows if it wants to eat my soul?
And also doesn't make you hold it all the time, so you only have one hand for stealing.
That is no longer a problem.
Because we broke the curse.
Right.
Little
We broke
curse.
part of the curse. The rest of the curse is like it's haunted, and it wants you dead, possibly.
I don't think it wants to. It definitely wants something from me.
Mm-hmm.
Which is probably not a good something.
Okay, if we happen to end
I
up
can't
in the
imagine a
astral
world.
planes, will it be there?
Almost
Yes.
certainly. Yeah, that's that.
Yeah,
Not
we don't need
necessarily.
anything to hunt us.
I
No,
cannot
it's fine.
imagine a world in which this is a good thing. That it's just like around.
Dix, I will buy you a sword. We'll all chip in and buy you a better sword.
I understand it's scary and unpleasant, but considering the importance of this mission,
That we should have a non-haunted sword.
or we should perhaps try and come to an agreement with a thing that has knowledge of this plane intimately.
Yes, that's what the Ginsterai are for. We should maybe not come to an agreement.
You'd never
with them.
heard of these things 5 minutes ago, and you seem to know them very well.
He point at Zaphiel. Zaphiel seems to like it. He's pretty trustworthy.
I mean, it's just information that I've read about. But
That's more than the rest of us now. I'm just saying, maybe the haunted, spooky voice that says terrible things to you when you go visit its home plane, not super trustworthy.
Just based on the fact that we had to magically like
Break a curse.
break a curse to let you let go of the sword is concerning
Nice beings
to me.
don't curse you.
I just have concerns.
That is fair. Concerns are valid.
Because, like, what if it's something really big that could just squash us as soon as we go?
I doubt that it would do that.
Okay, but if we ever have to go to the elemental plane,
And it sounds like we kind of
the astral
do.
plane,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta ditch the sword. That's all.
Yeah, you just can't bring it with you.
Yeah.
My thought is before we go,
Okay.
I sort this out one way or another.
Alright.
As long as we sort it out in some way. Safely, reliably, and safely.
Also, can we trust you to tell us the truth if you have sorted it out or not?
Always.
Really? Because you just fucking lied to us, and the fact that he pulled that information out of you.
Yeah.
You specifically said it's not the sword, and it was definitely the sword.
I said it could be the sword.
Wait, I don't think that's what you said.
That is not what
That
you
is
said.
what I said, actually.
It is what he said.
it was what he said.
I feel like this is,
Gix, I am on your side 99% of the time. I love enabling your shenanigans. It's very fun and entertaining for me. But I want to be alive to continue doing that.
sure. And I'm saying a tool is useful to have, especially when we're on something as world-changingly critical as this.
Sure.
And a hammer is so super useful until somebody casts, like, charm object on it and it smashes your face.
Yes, tools themselves are useful, but the intelligence behind the tool
Yes.
is what makes it dangerous.
So my thought is, before we go,
Mhm.
I will try and entreat with this thing in the manner of the guild with which I'm affiliated. We will try to broker a deal,
Okay.
and if that does not work, then we'll move on to threatening to purge it.
Don't
Okay.
sell your soul. Don't sell any of our souls. Don't sell anybody into slavery or service.
Maybe you can ask it about the Iran people.
That's the plan.
Yeah,
Yes.
you might know.
Okay.
Like if it makes itself useful, I'm not here to say
Depending on the
absolutely
price
not.
of the use.
Right.
I'm glad you all value me so highly, but I think a bit of black on one limb is worth, saving the planes.
I feel like it was a little bit more than that. A little bit more. For sure it wasn't just going to stay at a slightly discolored hand.
Right. It seems to be spreading. But besides the point, we will, as long as you are willing to be careful
Yes.
about it, and we resolve it before we go into the astral realm, I'm satisfied with that.
Yes.
Hold out paper. Saul Gix's weird haunted sword. Parentheses. Before we go to the astral realm. The scroll's like this big around by now. This list is so long, and we have marked off almost nothing.
And new things keep getting added
We
to
keep
it.
getting more. I would like for things to stop happening. Everything, just like laying like face down on the floor. It's like everything happens so much all the time.
All at once, constantly.
Being an adult is terrible. I thought I wanted to be an adventurer, and it turns out I didn't. I just wanted to
It's
go
because you keep
outside.
writing things down. Stop writing them down.
If I don't write them down, we won't remember them, and then the world will
If
end.
you don't write them down, we don't have to do them.
Yeah, see?
Like, if you keep a list, it keeps you reminding us.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't write them down, we don't have the reminder, which means we don't have to do it.
If we don't do them, magic disappears and the world ends.
I mean, we could just find, like, no offense, Athiel, but she could just find someone else to do it for her. There's plenty of
Think she would?
adventures. I don't know. Maybe.
Like, can you? Is that a thing you can do? Can you quit?
Quit what?
Like, just be like
Did you
being
just, like,
like if a god's like, I'm giving you a task, can you be like, nah?
Well, they'll still get you, but yeah.
I mean, technically, yes. At any time, you can always just say nah. But the question is it a good idea?
Like, will they just be like, fine, I'll get a different adventurer?
Uh-huh.
Because I feel like they pick you for a reason.
If they really want it done, they're gonna punish you, Chris.
Yeah.
What does that even do? Like, make you write book reports? No, she locked me in a library for like 400 years, I guess.
I don't know what the goddess would do to us if we were to abandon this mission. I do know that the other gods, when adventurers define them, let's just say there are worse things than death out there. And some of these higher beings are not the best. They're not. They may be good, but they're certainly not great.
So what I'm hearing is you can be like, nah, but you can't.
You shouldn't.
The moment
You'll say yes
my
eventually.
understanding, the moment when you accept the task at hand, whether you thought it was easy to begin with or not, you sign a verbal
Metaphorical contract.
contracts, and
I just feel like I don't even remember what we set out to do at the beginning. It wasn't this. We were
just
doing-
meant to find the key. We weren't meant
No,
to
before
do
that, before even you, like the three of us, me, him, and Ivelia, like the three of us and the other yahoos we were hanging out with at the time. I think, were we saving a princess? Is that what we were doing?
We started saving a princess.
Yeah, we started saving a princess. There was a bunch of bullshit, and then half of us disappeared, and then we met you guys, and now we're doing this, and I don't know how that series of events snowballed like that.
Kinda got out of control, huh?
It got really out of control, really fast.
I feel like that's kind of the nature of adventuring. Things just get out of control quickly.
This was not what I meant when I told you Mom was going to go out, see the world, try some new things.
I mean, you're certainly
I
trying
mean,
some new things.
I am seeing the world and trying new things. This was not what I had in mind.
Technically, you're seeing multiple worlds.
Yeah, that.
I'm trying multiple things.
Yeah, I am. I'm so tired. I'm going to bed. Good night. I'm just like still laying face down on the floor. So I'm going to bed right here. Good night. Use shavers to like pull the dirt over you like a.
So you all bed down for the evening. Is there anything else you all would like to do?
Is this the same night where we
Yes.
talked to the... Okay,
Yeah.
wow. Nope, I'm done.
Alright.
I'm solidly
This
not.
was
I don't know
a real-time conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Kadir, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh no.
They're gonna scry back. Right there.
I'm gonna impose disadvantage.
Can I uninstall your disadvantage? Damn it.
Rules of the twists.
Because he
The
can
wisdom
spend all
saving
his
throw?
points.
Yes.
14.
It's not great. is it not, my boy?
Get a +7. I just rolled it also a 7.
Oh. You have a higher wisdom saving than
You roll a 14.
Mm-hmm.
You all slumber peacefully.
We're going fast.
You're asleep. You don't know what.
I know.
I feel like we all slumbered peacefully. I just think that
Um,
somebody else was up all night.
but yeah, you all wake up feeling well rested, given the location, having traveled a full day on horses and turnips.
For what?
And you all hit the road again. I need someone to please roll me a d20.
This one? 19.
Hey!
Go ahead and roll me a d4.
Was it 6 last?
Great.
Our dice are slowly being whittled down.
You all have an uneventful day. Very productive, actually. You all, the soldiers, managed to pack up camp quicker than expected, and you're able to set off 2 hours earlier than normal.
Nice.
So it takes less than half a day to get to the fort. And as you make your way through the hills and following the trail, you feel kind of the sea breeze begin to kick up as you get closer to the ocean, and you all begin to off in the distance, as you're rounding a bend, you see a massive fortress. Off in the distance, with a huge tower on a hill, surrounded by like bogland. Well, you've got you come up, and the trees around you are like this yellow color. Really interesting. Like it looks like what is it like? Old. It's like pulled taffy, but it's like had like the colored stripes on them.
Oh.
It's like super brittle. Like,
Yeah.
It was like wavy.
Oh, like the ribbon
Ribbon
candy.
candy.
Ribbon candy, yeah.
Yeah.
The trees kind of like the leaves here kind of have like that ribbon candy-esque look to it. And as you round the bend, you see this massive fortress.
Is the bog made out of chili?
No, this is more Bulgarian.
Kind of terrible for making ribbon candy.
But yes, you see this massive fort off in the distance. As you approach, and you hear some horns as they see you approaching. You hear some horns off in the distance as the gates are raised, welcoming this battalion back into the fort. You see a smaller individual.
The bird did move.
This is an animated map. Yes,
Okay.
it does move. You're not seeing things.
Oh, it does move!
There's leaves blowing. There's birds here.
I saw the leaves blowing.
I was looking at the duck.
The bird, the egret, it was such a subtle
That's a
movement.
heron.
A heron.
Oh, he does move. Look at
I
him
saw
go.
it out of the corner of my eye.
Wait,
And I was like,
like,
Yeah.
well, then it wasn't moving.
See, like, I had that moment earlier, like, I swear to God I saw something out there, and for a second I was like, did he get a cat?
It's the ghosts.
They're in the mission.
But you see an individual come towards the admiral, and you all up at the front of this military parade. It looks to be kind of you can't quite tell their gender because they're wearing armor and a helmet. But you hear coming from underneath that Admiral Bartholomew, it's so nice to have you back in the fort.
Why is Yenna here?
We've had some escalations down south that we must go over. Additionally, the Frosty monks are here from down south. They have an update from their reconnaissance mission. I've got everything prepared for you in the war room when you're ready.
Who else there will be?
And Bartholomew says, thank you. I will, once we are all settled down, I will escort our guests. Please notify the generals that we are expecting guests of Queen Wendy who will be accompanying us in the war room. Please let them know. Yes, sir. I will let them know right away, sir. As this individual trots off back to the fort. That is my first lieutenant. He's local. I left him here for a reason.
I mean, he seems competent. Sounds like he keeps a list. I like a list.
He keeps lots of lists, and he's my God, he is always under my feet.
Oh, an ideal quartermaster then.
He is.
I mean,
He does his job well, sometimes a little too well, and it is. Yes.
I like a man.
Better than the alternative.
It is better than the alternative, but also some days I'm just like, why me?
Yeah. This is Bartholomew talking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, we've had that feeling
He's got-
very often lately.
he's
Why
got-
me?
He gets whenever the weather changes, he has to take at least a day or two to acclimate with his new weather.
And I'm just
Is he
like,
made of like bread or something?
Yes, it is he's like a. He's
Like a college?
he's from a Sarisha. He's like a gingerbread man.
Oh. Okay. I was fully joking. I really wasn't expecting to be
No,
that
yes, he gets all he makes when the weather changes, he has to make sure that he's moist or dry enough in order to function. He's a little temperamental, honestly.
Sounds really hard.
Yeah. Or soft, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's terrible during monsoon season. He's never available.
You know, it must be hard to run a kingdom or run an army when you really have to worry about your soldiers melting. Like, everyone has to worry about their soldiers melting to an extent because fire exists, but it's just like, oh no, it rained and there goes my entire battalion.
Well, it sounds, yeah.
He doesn't have to soggy. They're still people. They can still function. It's like they just like a level of exhaustion.
And it's pretty exhausting to be entirely waterlogged. Okay.
It's a bad pull. Yeah, you all eventually make your way into the fort, and it is bustling. Like you see, it is deceiving. It is smaller on the outside than it is. Like it looks like it is optical illusion. Like there is this massive mound that looks like a hill, but as you enter into the gates, it is a fortress underneath. Like it is meant to look small and not imposing, but as soon as you walk in, like there are armories, there are barracks, there are all sorts of different training grounds in the mound itself, on top of the various buildings and armaments and regiments outside of the mound. And you see several squadrons training, sword fighting, spears, sparring each other, sparring dummies. You see You do see a handful of magic users as well,
Okay.
who are casting various types of like glittery magic. Some of it pink, some of it green. And you see a small group of individuals who are wearing like turban-like hats that they almost look like dollops of ice cream
Oh.
on their head.
Those are the monks.
As
That's
they
adorable,
are,
actually.
you see a group of them. Looks like you can't tell what they're doing, but they're definitely parkouring Assassin's Creed style around buildings.
Just for fun.
Training.
You know.
Training.
Tumbling and somersaulting and jumping off the buildings and tucking and rolling and like they're just going at it with this. But yeah, you are making your way. You see the tower that looks to be on the hill. That is just like, you get the sense that the tower itself extends into the hill and down, and then down. Like,
Okay. So it's like gigantic.
yes, like there are this mound was built to make it look like just a little puny tower on top of a hill. But again,
They're trying to just hide the size of it.
they are
Yeah.
trying to hide the size of this
Strategic
this
disguise.
fortress,
Okay.
which this is a massive fortress. And you
Also
get-
makes it harder to attack along the fortress as opposed to the
Mhm.
underground.
Makes sense.
and there are several like staircases down. Like you get the sense that there are subterranean levels to this place. But yeah, you all are taken towards the center of this tower. Well, first they stop you off and have you dismount. They can take the steeds, get them fed and watered, or Gatorade.
Oh no.
Uh,
They're giving the plants Gatorade.
That's what plants crave.
they need electrolytes. Before you are then led off into this the main tower of this fortress. The admiral splits off from you, and you are given a way to this looks to be like a first lieutenant or something like that. Someone who has station, but not enough, and they continue leading you through the way. They're like, right this way, please, and they take you through and into the tower. And this is inside. It is exceptionally built. Like a lot of this fort was built to deceive.
Nice.
Like
It's built.
the wooden facade that they have here is truly just a facade. You have master masonry walls on the inside. Like the wall around the fortress, it looks to be reinforced on the inside of somehow. We got like, you could assume is metal potentially, but cross beams along all the walls on the inside, concealed enough where you can't see it from the outside. Like it looked like a dinky little fort, but on the inside, this is highly fortified.
Alright.
Okay.
And before the admiral leaves, like, welcome to Fort Baconator. This is the pride and joy of Clan Baconator. We have been denizens and caretakers for several generations. Long enough to be named after it.
So it's not named after you?
I am not fortunate enough. I'm just one of the clan.
No, I meant like it's not named after the clan. The clan's named after it.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes, the fort has been here for quite some time. It has been besieged, but it has always come out.
How long since it's been attacked?
Oh, it has been We haven't had the major attack. I mean, you get the ruffians here and there, the highway bandits trying to break in. They think it's his little fort, but really,
I mean, it looks like that's intended.
that is the purpose. It is not meant. It is the pride and joy of the kingdom. But it has been, let's just say, I have not witnessed a full-on battle over the fort.
That's good.
That's a good sign.
And he looks about, if you could put a number, he probably is middle-aged. Like he's in his 40s.
He's well seasoned.
Yeah. Yes.
Dry aged.
Yes.
I made a stealth roll.
Yeah. For?
I want to taste the admiral.
Oh,
Not actually lick him, but taste the air, like taste his essence on the air.
I see.
Taste the admiral.
Okay. What
No,
did you
lick
roll?
him, you coward.
Yeah, lick him.
I'm not gonna lick him. Not in front of everyone. That's too gauche.
Well, get fucking stealthy so we don't see you.
33.
You could have just licked him.
Yeah.
I could have
Yeah.
just licked him.
You want? I hate you.
Tell us exactly how this man's musk tastes in the air. His meat musk.
Oh, I hate you for this, Michael.
I'm sorry. It's a character.
Why would you word that in such a terrible way, Harold?
It is the most accurate description for when you have a man made out of Slim Jims and bacon.
So he tastes. His aura tastes.
Hate it.
Call it what it is.
Just say it's meat. It's meat air.
Yeah.
Manly meat musk.
It was just like call it spade a fucking shovel.
Exactly.
Slightly salty.
Does he have notes that the vendor doesn't?
Yes.
Mm.
You get like peppered. So
Mm.
like peppered beef.
Okay.
Smells like a high quality Slim Jim.
It smells. It smells like just a high quality cut. Just in general, like he is.
Will be.
Yeah,
Oh.
Like-
Okay.
like A4 Wagyu.
Okay. Oh.
Wagyu? Wagyu.
Gaze is gonna be a connoisseur by the time we leave this place.
Gix is about to have a whole ass hoedown.
Yeah.
It's hot. It's hot Gix summer.
I got the shorts for it.
You sure do.
Yes, he tastes mighty fine.
And
Gix has got California girls playing in his head.
how
Got the
clinky does
Daisy
he sound?
How clean.
No bikini on top.
Mhm.
No.
But he can have a bikini top.
Slightly, like he doesn't like it's. I mean, he has a coin purse, but
Mhm.
his battle axe is the blades kind of playing
Yeah.
together. His boots and belts and stuff like that.
His value is in the gold.
If you were to put a number to it, it's not a heavy pouch, but it's got some heft to it.
First, you inappropriately sniff this man, now you're gonna steal from him.
No, I'm not gonna steal from him. I just like to know if people
He's
are
looking
rich.
for a sugar daddy.
I don't.
Or a
well,
meaty daddy. A savory daddy. He's looking for a savory daddy. That's why you were Bone Daddy in my phone.
Oh,
It was that joke Cody made.
Cody. Is Cody?
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'll
you don't own
tell
your
you later.
brother. Sorry.
I'll tell you later. I finally remembered what the context was.
Okay.
But yeah, you all are led into the inner tower, and are led into the war room, and you see this is a decent sized room, probably like 20 feet by 40 feet. It's elongated. And actually, I might have several. Where's my mouse?
Oh,
This will work.
that room is a shape.
Mm-hmm.
That is the most shape I've ever seen a room be.
Yeah.
This will work. It's not quite this, but
No, I think it should be that.
but like this central room is what you're led into. And there are several individuals here. You see wearing a formal attire. You see several neat individuals. They all have a single star on their shoulders. There's about 4 of them. You see walking in, you see a female figure dressed in beige robes with one of those, wearing a one of the ice cream turbans.
Oh, wow.
You see you see looks like some lower stationed individuals who are just standing on the sidelines, who look to be just like sitting in on the meeting. But yeah, you have, and then eventually Bartholomew makes his appearance, and let me place people.
Show us people.
Personas.
Michael's been making a man with neat hair in his hand.
Is he good at relieving your tension?
Guess who's gonna find out?
I mean, you're the one who put him
I didn't put him that
there.
way.
You made him sexy, Michael.
Yeah, this is your fault. You made him sexy and canonically shirtless.
Listen.
If you did not want us to be talking about your shirtless meat man, you should not have made him a shirtless meat man. That was a choice that you made.
This was a decision you made.
The reason so many of the NPCs in my campaign are women is because none of y'all will thirst over them.
Yes.
That's the secret. Get yourself a group of players who all like the same kind of gender, and then just don't make any of your NPCs that gender.
Then they can't be thirsty.
Or well, they can. They'll just stay thirsty.
I think Gix would still be into it if the Emerald was a lady.
Well, yeah, that's why I said my game.
Mm.
A lot of the NPCs y'all meet are women. Except for Relivar, but he's his own gender.
Relivar's gender is I don't.
His
I don't care about you.
pronouns are I and me, and his gender is a you problem.
Right.
I love these little meeples so much, and I really ought to get myself a set.
I haven't thought that.
They're convenient.
They also just make a really nice looking set.
It's a good thunk.
Yeah, and I'm not like dropping it. They're literally not going very far.
It's just a very nice thunk.
Oh. That man has like a long ass nose. One on the top next to the ice cream lady.
It's just a shitty generation.
What's up with his nose?
I think it's like the cleft of his mouth that's just like looks like it's strangely continued.
Alright.
Why is he looking at? Do they actually have horns?
Those are
Or are they helmets?
they're helmets.
They look like skinned cows. Or like skinned minotaurs.
Mm-hmm. Skinators.
That's a terrible name.
This is terrible.
Skinators.
Mm-hmm.
Skinner should be real.
They're just skin. There's nothing inside.
Yeah. They're like those Attack on Titan monsters that don't have any skin.
Oh yeah, the
And then you've got a
I presume they look like they were attacking, so I assume.
handful of guys. Yeah, you got a handful there. Got some guys over here, man on the door. You have some guys outside the door. Bloop. We're blooping.
So many folks.
Have some people over here.
Still very busy.
Yes. A lot of these are like underlings.
I see.
Yes.
They're very trusting of their underlings to allow so many in the war room.
This is more of like people who need to know, and then they pass down orders. Let's see.
And how many of these barrels are filled with dry beans?
You have to open all of them to see. Otherwise,
then,
you'll never know.
And how many of them are filled with weird explosive powder we've never encountered before?
And then you have two more individuals who are wearing the cream-colored robes, who are standing at attention behind her.
Okay.
And the rest of them are all wearing Fort Baconator armor.
Okay.
And then you all
I just heard
are
ladies dress so fancy.
over here. Let's just see. I'm just gonna place y'all just because
Just around.
make life.
yeah. We're not terribly particular about it.
Lucen, he's with the stables. He's not here.
Oh no, I know. I've been holding him. I just like to hold him because he's spiky.
There. Is that everyone?
There's 6 of us.
6, sweet. Alright, so yeah, y'all
You
are.
banished my son.
He's outside. He's having a fun time.
This is my emotional support OTR.
But yes, the admiral walks in and oh, I almost forgot. And his first lieutenant.
Of course.
You can't
Yeah,
forget
that's really
me. You can't forget me. I'm always watching. I'm always here.
What I feel like he's gonna be the bad guy. We're gonna like hunt a gingerbread man.
It is
Just
quite-
don't get the buttons. I spent so much time and money on these gun shop buttons.
So if you're the bad guy, we kick you right in the buttons. Drop kick your gun drop buttons.
This is actually the Admiral's boyfriend.
Oh god. And you know what? If you fight him to the death, I think that means you get to date him.
Anyway,
Eat that gingerbread man. And so you go eat the meat man.
and the first lieutenant, thank you all for coming. I know it was such short notice. The admiral has some findings and he thinks is rather important and peculiar. Admiral. Thank you, First Lieutenant. Yes, it is, as you all have known, and I sent a message ahead, it is become apparent that the Ice Jester, the Frost Jester, is becoming more brazen by the day. He is in possession of the Soul Fruit Stone as it was in transit to Mama Ulu. However, we do not know the exact location of the stone. That being said, the direct attack on Frestovia and the kingdom is an act of war. And I know we have already sent forces down south to try and stop them. I think it is time that we send a large battalion down and truly, once and for all, take care of the menace down south. And you all hear the other gentleman. Yes, we should do this. War.
Yes, murder.
Murmur. We are pleased to be joined.
just checking, like, nobody's thought to just try fire against these ice dudes. Because dropping them into hot melted chocolate seemed to do the trick.
It's effective. I don't know why that came out of a weird, accent.
That's all of your sounds.
Sometimes your brain just makes weird noises and you just have to go with it.
Yeah. Well, that's right. Sometimes you think you have something pulled up.
The one document I didn't pull up.
Or you think you know where it is in the document, and you're so confident. It turns out it is not there, and Control F is not helping.
This is coolest. There we go. It is. We are honored today to be accompanied by the head monk, the Order of the Trusty, Rentia. Thank you for coming. Thank you. And the woman in robes speaks up as, thank you for having us. We have completed a recon mission of the forces that are laying waste to our southern border. And to put it bluntly, the odds are not looking good. I too am in favor of sending a full battalion down in order to once and for all quelch these evil forces. My monks and I have been on a months-long recon mission, trying to figure out their weaknesses and where their stronghold might be. I believe we have found the exact location of the Ice Jester himself. He's buried deep in a massive fortress in the deep freeze, further than any of us have ever gone.
Just
But-
checking, did you guys try fire?
We were on a recon mission, so that's not to be seen. Our monastery is close to the deep freeze, and we have become accustomed, so it was no bother for us, but knowing the temperatures that you all run at, I'm sure it would be quite difficult trip. That being said, we have it on good authority that the Ice Jester is on the move. He has, while we didn't get a confirmed sighting through rumors and individuals close to him, the Ice Jester is working with an unknown entity or entities, but given him power beyond his normal capabilities.
I think I know who those entities are.
Not actually all
And
that
she
unknown.
she turns to you and gives you a death stare for half a second, and her face kind of goes back to a blank canvas. Oh, what do you know about the Ice Jester and those who are helping him?
So I did some scrying on our journey.
Yes.
And it is apparent to me that the people helping him are a group of cultists dedicated to the Mother.
Who is the Mother?
Ancient deity of horror and death from before, long ago, whose name was erased from history. That's actually what our whole purpose is here to stop that.
That's alright. And also, like, at some point, I would like to make an insight check on that death flare.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, roll. I finished chewing.
I suppose you can chew food.
Behold him.
Let's see.
That's a natural 20.
Plus 3.
Nice.
You look over as she, after, like, shortly after, and you get the sense that it was more of like a, who are you talking and why?
Okay.
It was more of like a,
Who the fuck are you?
yeah, who the fuck are you?
Not
and
a,
why?
not a real, like, why do you know my secrets?
Yeah,
Okay, so she's just a bitch.
potentially.
I the fucking who I am.
None of your fucking business who I am.
What was the question that you asked? I apologize.
I didn't ask the question. I just informed her that I think. Oh, I was answering who
Who the mother was.
the mother was.
Well, that would explain the
Surgeon power.
surge in power of the ice jester.
Yes, it would.
Oh God! I didn't know it was gonna be this bad. I thought, oh, jeez. And she continues. And-
Like the lady from Rocco's Modern Life.
And she goes, you know, in fact, Admiral, you have led this fort for many, many decades. Would you like to introduce these individuals who have accompanied us into the war room? And he goes, my apologies. These are the individuals who helped save the Queen and stop an assassination attempt. They are not of flavor. They come here on the trading vessel Citadel. They come to help. While they do also have their own mission at hand, I feel that with them we may be able to get two birds with one stone. As they are after the item that has empowered the Frost Jester, Ice Jester. That makes sense, she continues. Well, it is a pleasure to have you amongst us.
Our goal is to take this problem off your hands.
That very much appreciated. And you all spend the next probably hour or two going over battle strategies and more of just like logistical shit on like which regiments are going, how big of a battalion do we need to send, just logistical shit.
So they're doing just a full frontal assault.
They are planning a full frontal army versus army assault on the Frost Jester.
I have concerns.
Do they need us to help out in any way?
Make a persuasion check. Or if you're gonna ask, yeah, just.
I mean, if they're doing an assault, that sounds like a great time for us to sneak in.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say, I
that's-
feel like we should, like,
It's a distraction
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah, if we
Get
can
them from the
do
side.
our thing while they're,
you know,
If
maybe we'll
it's,
just
if that is the way that you feel you can help, I mean, we would appreciate your assistance in a full frontal assault. But if you are after the Ice Jester, it is probably best that you go while we take the brunt of the attack.
Your soldiers look capable, so
Mhm.
I'm glad that they look capable.
sure they will be fine.
I've seen my men sometimes, and I do. Yes.
Well, the ice jesters that came in the past, those guys were no joke either. So.
Mhm.
Those were just the minions.
Mm.
They are very mouthful though.
Indeed, they are. That the minions are. They are not the full strength of the ice jester himself. He is. If what you say is true, he is going to be significantly more powerful than he
Probably.
normally is.
Almost certainly. I would be very surprised if you were not.
And he poses a threat not just to Festogia, but to the rest of the world.
Mhm.
If we cannot keep him at bay,
Bad things will happen.
there are worse things than death.
So I keep hearing. You know, I died once. It was fun.
Indeed, that is
Exactly. That's why there's worse things than death.
Yeah, I know.
Death is comes with the sweet release of the coil. Without death, there is
Well,
no
I didn't get to that
release.
part.
But
Struggling not to make a joke here.
I shall show our guests around the fort as it is important they have familiarized themselves with the fellow, with my fellow
Well,
soldiers.
how soon are you leaving? Should we make some specific plans on how we can do our thing?
If we must get the regiment ready. It's going to be. I'm hoping to be ready by the end of the week. At the latest. As soon
That
as
seems like plenty of time.
it gives us time to gather the resources and select the men who will be going.
What's the travel time down there to the ice jesters?
To the deep freeze.
Yep.
It will take us. It will take us some time.
Let's just say it was a small party of 6.
No reason for that number of 6. Just a general estimate.
If you all are going by yourselves, depending on how you get there, it may take about a week, a week and a half. It'll be much slower with the regiment,
Right.
Yeah,
just because we have so many men,
that's how it usually works.
fighters that we must bring with us.
No. Makes sense.
But should you all go on ahead of us, you may be able to do some reconnaissance
Mhm.
and report back to us, and then we can make our assault all at once. But there is time to plan, and we will not do it tonight. We are back. Our fortress is whole again. Let us feast, and we shall start fresh in the morning. And the door to the war room opens, and the generals walk out.
Before anybody walks out,
Yep.
I'm just gonna kind of, because we know that there's a leak somewhere.
Yep.
I get a little bit of an estimation.
Go ahead and give me
A
a.
fucking number.
I'll say perception if you're trying to look around the room, or insight if you're trying to just look at
I will.
and discern.
Is it
18 on insight.
Just to sort of like, does anybody look suspicious in any way? Like,
17. No, 18.
Like, they might not have been into a speech.
So basically both 18.
yeah.
Yeah.
I believe in you. You can do it.
14.
You know what? I'm gonna try one more time because I have these fucking things I need to mark the end of the session.
Did you already use one for him?
No.
Okay.
I used one for me earlier.
Coin bank. I'm gonna do coin bank.
That's better. That's a dirty 20.
Very 20.
16.
16. Would you like to try to fish for that nat 20?
I can.
Or
I
dirty
guess.
20?
Because they get more coins at the beginning of the next session, so
Mhm.
might as well use them.
Well, it's 10:46, which means it's probably not going to go much longer.
Joke's on you, I've got combat plan.
No!
And I still have
Okay,
combat
slightly better. 16.
plan. Okay. 30, 20, 18, 16, 14?
14, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, 14, 16, 18, 20.
Zeke, everyone, these are all new people and they're hard to read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got
Same
that
thing.
stone military base.
Yeah, same thing with that 16. It's really hard to tell, like, you can't, like, the vibe of the game us, you just don't trust him in general. Like, you kind of semi-trust the Admiral, just because you've been around him longer,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just, yeah, there's something, maybe it's just because of the new place, maybe it's just new people, or the war room, or they're just like these weird meat creatures that don't look appetizing. It's hard to find trust.
Meat that doesn't look appetizing is definitely weird for him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You two, you get a sense, and you're looking around the room as people are leaving, and you definitely get some weird vibes off of two of the admirals, the two who have the horns. You definitely feel that there is either they have their own, they might not agree with the admiral, or they have their own, something is off with them. You can't quite put your nose on it. And
Did they speak up at all in the meeting?
they did not.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of like silently like hushed agreement about the full frontal assault.
They didn't seem all that enthusiastic about
They
it.
did not seem very enthusiastic about it at all. And the first lieutenant is just a sweet baby.
Yeah.
It's just,
Gonna kick him.
yes.
Wait till he gets underfoot. Step on him.
Oh God.
Alright. I wanna
Don't hurt me. I'm just here to help.
I wanna keep an eye on these two dudes as we go about our time.
Okay.
And just incidentally be in some places where they also are.
That's fine. Also, you get the, you also, even with the dirty try, you do not get a good read on her.
Okay. Other than the nat 20 earlier where she's kind of a bitch.
Yeah, and that's just because who the fuck are you and why are you interacting?
How dare you offer insightful and useful information?
How very
I
dare.
don't know.
But yeah, you all are left to your own devices here in Fort Baconator.
Device
Just look at
free.
Gibson like, do you want to play Is It Chocolate?
It's
The Japanese game show. Have you ever seen the gifts from that? So it's like
yes,
like
yes.
going around there like fighting like a table and a shoe and the doorknob trying to find something in the room made of chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
It's a yurt.
A yurt.
Yurt.
yes, this is
Yurt.
a general view of Fort
Okay.
Baconator.
Of course, it's vaguely hamburger shaped.
Yes, of course it has to be.
It's a hamburger that you've taken a bite out of.
Hamburger this.
I would like to buy I would like to buy some of
This hamburger that tastes terrible. It's been floating in like blue Gatorade and cilantro.
I would like to buy a hamburger. It's from the main guy. It's great.
Oh, okay.
One with Steve Martin.
Yes.
That's an old movie.
It's an old movie. I love that scene. I would like to buy a hamburger. I would like to buy the burger.
Steve Martin's so funny. Did you ever watch Father of the Bride?
Mm-hmm.
That movie, the second one, almost put my mother into labor because she was laughing at it so hard.
That's awesome.
Impressive.
But yeah, you all are left to your own devices. You've got practically the rest of the day to yourselves. They're not going to start anything today. They're going to let the people who've been traveling get settled back in, fix whatever they're doing. You all can just roam around the fort.
I can wild shape for 7 hours at a time, so I'm gonna wild shape into something small and follow one of those dudes around.
Okay.
Or both of them if they hang out together.
You see shortly after the meeting that they leave the main tower, and they each of them split off in their own directions, and you follow one, and they eventually come back, circle around, and make their way outside the room.
Okay, I'll follow them. Be a little mouse.
You follow them, and they walk deep into the forest. Really deep. Like, they spend about almost 45 minutes walking into the nearby forest, or surrounding greenery, away. Like, they
My little mouse heart's going like this.
are making sure that they aren't followed and they aren't seen.
Haha, too late. Should've looked down.
They're going to give you a stealth check, actually. With advantage since you're a mouse.
Yeah. Because who's going to be looking for a mouse?
Oh, I will have cast Pass Without Trace on myself before I did this. Because I can do that for free with my staff. Oh, do I set
You
it
just need to roll.
Damn it. Alright, that's not the one that's like no magic
Yeah,
without magic.
you just add plus 10 to your stealth roll.
Yeah.
So unless you roll a natural 1, there's...
Oh wait, I have advantage. Sometimes it is. Yeah. So 12 plus 2 is 14 plus 10 is 24.
Great. You are
Quiet as a
quiet
mouse.
as you follow behind them. For the first half hour, they are walking in silence. But then they begin to talk in a language that you do not understand.
Are you sure? I speak like 7 languages.
Do you know Sarisian?
No. Why do they think it's Sarisian? They're made of meat.
You can be bilingual.
Alright, I'm just gonna do a really good job trying to remember what they're saying. Someone can detect my thoughts later.
Go ahead and give me an intelligence roll with disadvantage. I'm using
I would like to counter your point.
You cannot.
Well, you said we can!
No, you cannot.
Aww.
Only get one twisted line.
Boo!
Yep. I can't counter yours, and you can't counter mine.
Fine.
Rules of the game.
Is that an intelligence save?
Intelligence check.
Boo, my save's better. That is a 19.
Jesus.
Could have been a 23.
I hate the scale for D&D.
I have a +4 to intelligence.
I know. And 30 is supposed to be nearly impossible.
Yeah, I know. Some of us have god tier scores on
Yeah.
everything.
That's just how rogues be.
Rogues really are just like that. But also, if you hit them one time, they die.
Yeah, that's true. With gigs, we at least hit 3 times.
Yeah, you can get good 2 in.
Okay. With a 19, I would say you're at least able to remember the conversation for long enough that if someone were to be able to cast detect thoughts on yourself and knew Sarisian, or knew the language that they were talking in.
James, I don't know what's Sarisian.
Yeah, you don't know what language they're talking. If they knew the language that they were talking and cast detect thoughts, then you might be able to figure out what they were talking about. But for now, it's gobbledygook. Could be speaking Goblinoid, could be speaking Sylvan, could be speaking God only knows. But
I'd probably recognize Sylvan if I can't speak it.
goddamn meat people and speak in a weird language.
For all I know, it might be meat people language. Who knows?
Yeah.
Sounds a little too Latinish to be meat people.
So you're still following them through the forest?
Yeah.
Eventually, they kind of come to a clearing, and there's a couple barrels that they kind of sit on and trading. They share a small meal, not romantically, just they can walk.
They look like twins. I sure hope not.
Yeah.
What the laws
I mean,
are.
some twins are weird and tasty.
Yeah, tell us all about how twins are, Cole.
No, I don't want to think about that. Thank you.
But yeah, what are the rest of you getting up to? I say shortly after the meeting, the first lieutenant um, comes up and goes, "If you're available tonight, the Admiral would like to have a word before you go to bed."
Okay.
Yes, someone you want to talk to?
You got the mystery meat guy. If you want to go find him, you can always find out some of the higher ups, or we can do a little bit of, or we can call it if you want. It was almost 11 o'clock. Okay. Then we will call it for the night. That'll be end of session, and we will start fresh next time with
Return your unruly children from the
the
timeout bag.
meeting with the Admiral. It's a special something to show you.
We will
Ooh.
now behave from the timeout bag.
Hopefully.
We've got some neat secrets we'd like to show you.
That's how you discipline children. You put them in the timeout bag.
Got a meat locker with my name on it.
Kinky.
I need you all to understand the level of
Play your
restraint it
cards
took
like
to
my
not
house.
start making jokes earlier.
Oh.
He was talking about, like, without death, there is no sweet release. It's like, well, I mean, I know a lizard who could do a little death. I'm sure there's a sweet release involved.
Petit mot.
But yeah.